I get an alpha, somebody on the enemy monkey king, and then I get like a last. I just don't know why I get the people who are like, I want to be edgy. And then the enemy team is like, yeah, let's get monkey king and destroy and win.
Wait, the enemy team picked monkey king and walk?
No, Alf. Like, every time I have an Alf, it's always counterpicked by a monkey, and he gets fucking destroyed, and then there's an Alf, and we never have a monkey king. Ever. Every time I've seen Monkey King, it destroys the Alf. Every time. So I think he's like a hard counter. It's like, why would you pick Peter Pain? What is Peter Pain gonna do?
The hero's like an off laner, or like a mid laner over you don't shut down an off at all. Oh shit. Are you there, big boy?
Yep. What's up?
All right, my headset's on. I'm just, or I'll put the camera on. I'm just gonna do some quick stretches to get the old back feeling a little better.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay, I heard you the first time.
Sounds good.
Come on. Ah.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm glad I have my mic muted. I'm down here on the ground and can't see if I have my mic muted. I hate my fucking business partner. Donnie Shell. More like Donnie Hell to work with. Fucking idiot. Oh, I'm glad he can't hear me right now. Fucking.
Feels bad.
Dude, I went to the grocery store today.
Wow, is that your first grocery store experience ever? How did you manage that?
I spoke with somebody and asked what I was supposed to do.
They tell you to make sure to scan your balls at checkout.
They actually told me to take my balls off the scanner, which is weird because I thought they were gonna say, "Hey, here's how you scan your balls at the checkout."
Oh, but they're like, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
They're like, "Sir, this is not a grocery store. We sell insurance. Please take your balls off of my desk." And then I said, "Well, you have real balls to say that to me, sir." And then I presented him my balls.
That didn't actually happen.
I don't know, man. You tell me. Oh my god.
You lighting up a bowl right now?
No, I'm lighting a candle. The hell, man? I'm so much more square than you think. Everybody thinks I smoke weed. Everybody's like, dude, you're such a stoned." And I say, you know what? Come on. Don't hit me with that bull crap. I'm sick of this shit all the time. You know?
What? Are you talking to me?
I was talking to my dad.
Oh, okay.
He's calling my phone. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'd come over tonight. Oh yeah, I have some condoms. Just kidding.
Hey, should we play the OpenAI 5 stream?
Me and you together?
Yeah.
Right now?
I mean, after replay review.
With who? Henry? You want to get Henry in here?
Yeah.
Get fucking domed?
We should just get a 5-stack and play them on stream. I think that'd be fun.
Okay. Is that are you, do they allow you to do that? Do they let you do that?
Yeah, it's arena.openai.com. You can sign up and play against it.
I mean, I'm down.
It's available until today.
Oh, cool. And what it makes
Makes
it makes like
a server
a
instance.
lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes the server. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Dude, this OpenAI shit's phishing my Steam information. They're gonna steal my Dragon Claw hook.
Your Dragon Law hook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I call my in-laws, the Dragon Laws.
Your Dragon-in-law.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I had a Dragon-in-law.
Do you?
That would mean I'd be related to a dragon. That'd be pretty cool.
I forgot to ask Alex if he wants to play on that team. Yeah, ask him. Alex. Oh, he's offline. Maybe he'll come online tonight. Who knows? Hey, anybody play 4-roll and is like 6 to 7k MMR? Preferably closer to 7k.
Anybody top 200 and 4-roll play on a team?
It's really coming together though. Henry's really
really into it.
He's really into it. That's why I wanted to play with Henry. I know he's got the hunger, man. I recognize. I've seen it time and time before.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Worst comes to worst, I can just stand in for you guys, and I'll play Wisp. I'll play support Bloodseeker.
See, you just have this like fetish of just standing in and like proving that in like a competitive environment, even though you're fucking ancient too, you're gonna go own. No, doesn't work like that, dude. No, let me tell you.
I'm just trying to give you the opportunity to scrim people. So.
Oh, that's bullshit. You're trying to live out your sick fucking fantasy and your sick and twisted fantasy.
Yelling at you and telling you what to do. That'd be fun.
Well, that's what you do already.
Yeah. Make me a sandwich, bitch.
You know what? I make good sandwiches, so I will make you one, but only because I choose to do so. I consent.
Get back in the kitchen.
I will. I enjoy being in the kitchen, okay?
Oh shit, I just realized that the levels... Oh wait, the levels are fine. Okay, I lied. Don't
fucking lie to me.
Oh my god, can you just
Don't
stop talking?
Lie to me.
Okay,
Alright. How long do we wait before we start? Should we answer some questions? Should we talk about some stuff?
What are you talking about, dude? Replay review's over. I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Okay. Yeah, everybody that signed up on the Patreon, just go ahead. Patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. Unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. Please don't. I need to pay rent. Holy shit. Yo, Donnie, what's our Patreon password again?
JERKOFF capital J 3NKIN 5.
Oh, wow. Holy shit, I forgot.
I mean,
that blows my fucking balls.
Spicy balls. Gotta blow on them. What are we even talking about right now? Can we start?
I don't know.
Oh,
nah, we should wait a little while. We should wait a little while. Let's talk about heroes. What are you playing right now, Donnie? What's your jam? What do you think is broken?
Nothing. Everything I play is bad. It's just like my teammates. It has nothing to do with my skill.
I wish this Nature's Prophet guide got like shitloads of views because I'm actually 100% sure that this shit is busted. Like,
do you guys watch Game Leap videos on YouTube? Are you fucking serious, dude?
Yes, of course we do.
Where
else would we get our content from?
Exactly.
Come on.
We just look at what they're making and then we remake it, except we publish it somehow 3 or 4 days before they publish their videos that we're copying.
Oh my god. you're throwing shade. You're throwing a real shade.
I mean, I just call it like I see it. We put out a video, it does well. They put out a video a couple days later with the similar
let me tell
title.
You something. If you're calling out Game Leap, then fuck that guy that does like the 3 different brackets thing.
We already talked about that.
Fuck that guy. I know, I'm just saying. I was trying to be politically correct with it before. Fuck that guy. I don't care about political correctness anymore. Like, either he stole our shit or he got extremely lucky that he did exactly what we did like a month before that. Like exactly the same thing.
I mean, he
And
definitely
then
stole our shit.
And what?
He definitely just stole our shit.
And then like, oh my god! I swear to God, I've looked at quite a few different channels, and they even like they even take like the font. They even take the fucking font we use.
That's what happens when you're just the best content creators on YouTube for Dota. Is people just copy you because they want to.
Let me tell you, dude. There's shit that I see. Like I see some of Henry's videos, and it's like, fuck. I wish that I did that first because that's a really good idea. But I don't fucking steal it. I don't just go do it. It's like I'm confident that we can just come up with our own ideas because you try things, you know. I tried this caster buzzwords video, 5.4K views. That's fucking terrible. Like it did awful. It was an awful video, but it you know, you just try things. Certain things do well, certain things don't. You don't need to fucking steal. Yeah, fuck Polka.
Good shit. We should just start beefs. We should start challenging people to fucking boxing matches like KSI.
You know
and
what?
Logan Paul.
I'm challenging Polka right now to a fucking 1v1. Loser leaves YouTube. That's what I'm doing right now. Polka fucking 1v1 me. Winner gets to keep that content type. Okay?
All right.
Actually, no. You stole it. I get to keep it. Just winner leaves YouTube.
I mean, it's unfortunate because you're pretty trash at 1v1, so you're
That's
really
actually not accurate. I mean, I'll destroy any fucking YouTuber at 1v1s.
You're putting our entire business at risk over your ego, Jenkins. You should get over yourself.
I'll actually just destroy any fucking Dota YouTuber at 1v1s. Nobody who does Dota YouTube is good.
What about BSGZ?
BSJ doesn't make Dota YouTube channels or
true.
YouTube content.
That's true.
He just streams and people clip it.
That's true. I like your easiest way to win with blank series. Thank you. We're pretty excited about that because we finally figured out a way where we can actually make hero guides and have them be somewhat relevant instead of the Hug Network Game Leap model where they just put out hero guides and then they're immediately out of date and then they just update the little thing underneath that says this guide is up to date with 7.21D, but it's using clips from fucking like 6.89.
Jesus Christ. It really is like that. It really is like that. I can say that because I made a shitload of content on Game Leap. And
it's still up there, right?
I think probably. I mean, it was up there like a year after I didn't do it anymore. People were like, wow, when are you going to update these? Like, dude, I'm working for Pugna now, dog. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the idea of like charging for stuff like that. I think that's like, I mean, hey, all the power to them if they're doing well, but I feel like there's a better model. I still feel like some sort of microtransactions. I don't know. It's weird though, because you're making content for a game. You're not making the game itself. So
yeah,
microtransactions is weird. It's a really weird thing to monetize.
I mean, hey, Auto Chess sold candies on eBay, and I think they made a decent amount of money for a little bit from that shit.
Yeah, but at least that's a game.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard thing to. I think there's a lot of stuff in esports that's like not properly monetized yet. It's just like a brand new thing. I was saying to Ellie how imagine. So I did a few events like a couple of months ago, and now inviting tier 2 casters to cast qualifiers is no longer a thing anymore. Qualifier events just stopped, or qualifier physical studio appearances stopped. And I was just saying to Ellie how if this is traditional sports, that's something that's been done for 40 years and it's not just going to stop. You know what I mean? But in esports, it's you can just have a trend where something happens in the industry for 2 to 3 months. And then it's just over. And then something else happens in the next 2 to 3 months. Shit changes so quickly in esports.
You know what's really crazy to think about? I legitimately have casted a major this year.
You stood in?
I casted a couple of games for the Chongqing Major. Because,
Chongqing.
Chongqing Major, yeah. I legitimately have casted at a major this year. Like, I can say that. It was remote, but I fucking casted some actual games at the major during the group stages because they just didn't have enough people on site to do all the English coverage, so they like last minute remoted it.
The fuck thing is nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
You have to actually go to the LAN.
I know.
Or nobody cares.
It's just funny to think about because like everybody's like, "Oh man, gotta get to a major." It's like, well, yeah, I did coverage for a major. I don't even really think about it like that though.
Do you get paid well for that? I don't remember if I did that or not. I think maybe I did. I don't know.
I mean, I think I made a couple $100 or something like that.
I just got asked to do like a physical LAN event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I can't. Yeah, but I can't announce it because then I would never get fucking invited to shit again. But they asked for like every single tournament that I've ever casted, and it's like that's like 100 tournaments. So you really want me to? So I just listed off like the most recent ones because there's so many of these online things where it's like,
right, yeah, how are you gonna keep track of all that shit?
Right, it's like okay, like so B Cop needed me for this. Oh, I did cast a major because it was when B Cop and Gods was doing. They were doing Dream League. I casted Dream League major because they were doing. I believe they were doing like coverage, remote coverage. Or maybe it's the one before that, but they were doing remote coverage, and then Gods had to go, so I like stood in for him for like 2 games or something.
Yeah, funny.
But it's like there's so many like little things where it's just like I'll cast 1 or 2 games. Can I tell you what I'm looking forward to eating when I show up in person? What do people eat in Los Angeles? All right, I've said too much. Pussy.
Fair enough.
Okay, we can get started now.
Really? I'm having a lot of fun just last hitting with Ricky in a demo lobby with one hand.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Why is it always Ricky that you play when you go to demo mode? What is this bullshit?
Usually not.
Yeah, well, okay.
But I find it funny to try and last it with a hero that has like 2 base damage.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible. That hero sucks, man.
I want to get
there was some like
last night, but it was definitely not my doing.
Oh my god, dude! Let me tell you something. I saw a post on Reddit that was like complaining that I was smurfing and calling me like, bad as Henry. You saw that?
I saw that.
And somebody was like, the person that posted was like, it looked like he was owning people in the 3 to 4K bracket. Not cool. Why do people do this? And I just responded like, dude, it's the 6, like that's a 6K Smurf. So I'll just take it as a compliment that you thought I was so good. Like what people don't understand, okay, is that I'm like a fucking ridiculous Dota player. So even if I play on my main, like the games look like they're 3 to 4K MMR. Like any game with me in it devolves into like total chaos. That's just how I play. Like I was playing, so I was on my Smurf, right? And I was playing support 5-roll sniper. And obviously, if you're playing that, like the game's gonna completely devolve into chaos really quickly.
You were playing support 5-roll sniper in a ranked game.
Yeah, and then the next game, there was this. Okay, so Ellie was on the enemy team, so I was like, and my team had 3 people highlighting mid. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun in this game. I picked offlane Brood, and I just played to have fun. And we ended up crushing. I ended up going like 7-0. But the only reason that I didn't just like, pick something incredibly stupid that game was because there was this Ricky on the enemy team. Speaking of Ricky, and I had him in the 2 previous games, and he was just being fucking racist. Like we were winning, and he was just being racist to the enemy team. It was just the most like egregious thing, where he thought that we were like buddy and all laughing at him being racist to the enemy team. It's just like, dude, this is just awkward. You're just embarrassing yourself. So even though my girlfriend was on the enemy team, I was playing Brood, and I just tried so fucking hard because it's like this. And then at the end of the game, I basically was like, I said to Ellie, I was like, yeah, I tried really hard, and I didn't fuck around because this guy's like a racist. And at the end of the game, somebody comes into chat, and apparently he was calling them a Chinaman. Like this guy was being racist against Chinese people in this game that he was losing, and in the games that I had him, he was being racist against South American people. So I've just narrowed down his race to like honestly probably white American. That's like a white American, but he was like slowly
Of course that's
he
what
was
he
like
is.
he was like slowly just like decreasing like what his race could be, and it's like, man, this guy's getting a bad name to all white people just going into games and being fucking racist. Everybody's like, oh, fat racist Americans, and then I get called that even though I'm Canadian and not a racist. But it was, yeah, fuck that guy, man. That's Ricky players for you, just all fucking racists.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, when I get people like that on my team, I'm just like, it makes me just like almost want to lose on purpose, just so that they have a miserable
No, that's
time.
what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like I was just, like he was on my team, and I was just feeling so. I mean, I was sniper, dude. I was 5-roll fucking sniper. I was trying to lose. Like, okay, I wasn't trying to lose.
What
I
did
was
you
just
build on 5-roll sniper?
Okay, so I went Tranquil Boots, Urn. I went Midas because the cooldown reduction talent. I was gonna go Necro, but I was just doing
That's
things.
a 5.
Yeah, but I was doing things like just showing up to lanes and like triple shrapneling people and being like, yo, go on this guy. I got fucking shrapnel charges. I'm gonna dome him. And then when I was like level 3 at 12 minutes. So it was just like, hey guys, I'm gonna farm a lane. My next huge power spike's level 6. And then when I got level 6, I was just like, all right guys, I'm going for a fucking gank. And every time I was doing these like joke plays, it was actually working. Like I was showing up to lanes, triple shrapneling. I solo killed a fucking Huskar with armlet with shrapnels. Like as a 5-roll sniper, it was actually, that's kind of the thing is I was placing like good words. I actually was playing good Dota. I was just sniper and having fun. So I don't know. It worked. It doesn't mean that it's good, but it's not actually like the worst thing.
If you're having fun, then it's actually not the worst thing. If you're just
That's
being super toxic and intentionally ruining everybody's day, then it is the worst thing. But if you're actually having fun and like playing Dota,
yeah, I wasn't doing that. I was voice chatting. I was just having fun, just like telling people like, you know, I have this next kind of ironically playing Dota where it's like I have this huge power spike at level 6 as a support sniper, and then I showed up to a lane and ganked and actually killed somebody with the level 6. Like, it turns out like that's actually just a pretty good way to play Dota. It's so funny. But anyway, this guy in the next game, like I just had such an awful time with him, despite winning and playing sniper, that I just tried really hard. I picked a stupid hero, but I tried really hard.
Yeah, that's fine. I see. That's the thing. It's like I feel like as long as you try hard and you play a regular good Dota, like it doesn't matter what you pick. To be honest, like,
it actually kind of doesn't. In the current like state of things, like I think Team Secret has proven that.
Yeah, like I mean, as long as you're doing like the jobs that need to be done, you could be playing any hero that's not traditionally supposed to do that.
Yeah. Like I think if you're actually just like focusing on timings and putting wards down and rotating and stuff like that, any hero's going to be fine. Just there are better heroes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
There are just better heroes for doing certain things.
Cool. Should we get into some replays? We've got 80 people watching.
Yeah, perfect. Somebody said I have nice lips. That's nice of you. I've never been told that before. I've actually literally never been told that. So it's good stuff. Keep the compliments coming. Somebody said something about my hairline last week, and it made me very insecure. So keep the compliments coming, guys.
Yeah.
So I don't kill myself.
Oh man.
Let's see. I think Souls. Did we get to Souls' game? First game after coaching with Jenkins?
I don't think so.
Okay. So April 11th. That is probably where we start.
Okay. Yeah. Let me actually just check our Patreon real quick, because sometimes people send us messages with ladies there, and I don't want to miss those by accident.
You like my receding hairline? Thank you. I appreciate that. See, here's the bullshit thing, dude. Is my hairline has been shit since I was a kid. So now that I'm getting older, it's just getting even shittier.
Okay, here's...
Yeah, can't help it, man. Oh, I will stream it. You bet your ass I will.
Okay. Should we just start with this one from Patreon?
Sure.
Cool. So, this one is by... Ziet, his name?
2.6k Bounty Hunter. I picked BH with the first pick, and our team followed up with no frontliners and no initiation. Almost losing to a really big Jugg. So you won. Your mom has really big Juggs. We won this game after a few hard fights in the late game, but what could I have done during the mid game to make the late game not so hard as a position 3 Bounty Hunter? How do I find targets for my team to gank in the mid game, specifically on the position 1, but it feels like the whole map is warded? I'm too squishy in the mid game. All right, well, we'll watch.
Sure. Just looking at your items, if you don't have an initiator, you should definitely just build an Atos because it makes you tanky, and it also allows you to initiate on people.
Can you share your screen with me there, big boy?
Yeah. Your mom's a big boy.
You know what?
That's weird.
She's actually quite fit. Because she does a lot of physical work.
I bet she does.
Yeah, you know what? Come on, man. My mother's a saint. Asshole. Okay, Bounty Hunter. We're looking at Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
So you're position 3. A bunch of tangos, 2 branches. Yeah, pretty good starting build. Bunch of regen. Hero's got a lot of armor and just wants to trade with people. So I've even seen people go 2 stout shields on bounty. Core bounty, I should say.
Yeah. I'm actually having some trouble with starting items these days. I feel like I almost just I almost have too much gold. Because I've just been saving gold actually. Because I feel like you need like a stout shield and 2 sets of tangos and then maybe like a mango or a salve, but you don't need to spend everything, and then you can just get boots or a quelling blade or a wand faster that way. But I don't know if that's correct. That's sort of just what I've been doing recently. I feel like sometimes I buy some branches, and then sometimes I buy like a fairy fire or something. It doesn't really feel like it has any impact in the lane very much.
So first thing I want to say is in response to what you're saying right now. I think the reason that starting items are so awkward right now is because like wraith bands and null talismans and shit suck dick.
Yep.
So like you can't really get that many efficient items if you're not looking to build into those ones.
Yep.
So what a lot of people are doing right now is they'll go like for instance a lot of heroes offlane, the people will go like 4 branches and then 2 tangos and a salve, and then they'll save like 100 gold. Something like that, but they'll basically just get like ultra efficient stat items like branches. Branches basically, maybe the occasional fairy fire, maybe the occasional mango if you're like a mango hero, but it's actually just like branches and regen usually these days. Stout shield obviously if you're a melee hero.
Yeah.
So that's why I said this is fine, because this is like what you would expect. You could honestly even save gold possibly depending on what you're against.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I don't know.
I feel like it's almost okay to save gold at this point, just like get an early quelling or boots or whatever you're
early boots or stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I want to say is if you go back like 10, 20 seconds, you spent a lot of time running around the tower, which I would actually say this is a waste of time. Like you're playing really scared as you're waiting for your Mirana to show up. So it's like there's about 10 seconds where you could be going over and scouting them ward. You could be seeing what they have in their inventories. You could be Janataing their Jugg or their Shadow Shaman. Like you're a bounty hunter. You have 320 movement speed and 6 armor with 9 tangos and Janata. Like nobody's going to trade effectively with you. You have no reason to be afraid of the enemy team. You should be bodying in and playing like a complete man. Like that's what this hero does right now. You need to play completely aggressive, because he trades like you could have done this twice by now, basically.
Yeah. Even if you get shackled with a full duration spin on you, I don't think you die.
It's not going to kill you. Not a level 1 spin.
Yep.
Like you're a bounty too, so they should never even get in range of you. You're like one of the fastest heroes in Dota.
Yeah,
and then
Sean's one of the slowest heroes in Dota.
You guys give the rune up to them. That's like it's a 2v2, and you give the rune up to them. You definitely want to play more aggressive when you're like, this is just generally something that you do when you're like an offlaner and 4 roll together. You're usually the heroes that are going to be strong and able to pressure in the early game, and you are like Mirana bounty should not be afraid of a Jugg Shadow Shaman. Like you can just arrow the rune. You can just go kill this guy. Like what is he doing? Like, you guys can like just destroy them.
Yeah, I also think that based like around the rune fights, I don't think there's ever a reason not to play on the enemy side of the map.
Yeah,
I think you should always be on the enemy side, because even if you're not necessarily stronger than them, you want to be running around their side of the map, their rune, because at least that way they're not able to bully you off of yours. So like you basically guarantee yourself that you get one set of runes as opposed to potentially getting none.
You could have 3 runes in this game. And by the way, when I said what is he doing, I wasn't referring to you because that'd be extremely rude. But I was referring to the Shadow Shaman. Like, what is the Shadow Shaman doing?
Yeah, he was
like
like
it was
in the trees.
very aggressive, very out of position for him to be there. So these guys should be missing like a lot of their regen right now because you should have harassed them before the game started. But they're full HP and full mana.
I started with the Quelling Blade, so he should get harassed relentlessly for the entire laning stage.
Yeah, he has no regen. Like you hit up, you get this guy to 50% HP and he can't lane. It's actually just the easiest lane ever.
Yeah, playing behind the creep waves when you have a massive regen advantage is you might as well have not bought the regen, because the reason that you buy regen is so that you can bully the other team off of the creeps. There's actually no other reason for buying regen, so you can actually take trades. If you have higher effective HP than the other team, then you have access to the creeps and they don't. That's basically how laning works in Dota. That's why a hero like Bounty Hunter, who has a damage amp ability plus very high armor and high movement speed, just almost automatically wins every lane that he's in, just because he trades better than anybody else in the lane. That's why Ursa is so good, because he has high armor and he trades better than anybody else in the lane. It's not because he just like is a quote-unquote good hero. He's a good hero because he takes such good trades in the laning state. So if you're not utilizing that, then you might as well either not have the regen or not even be playing the hero.
I agree, but we should skip to the mid game in this just because he asked about the mid game, and I do believe there's like a lot of laning content out there already. So, okay, so Sanjin Yasha I think is decent item choice. It's decent.
I don't like it
But-
this game.
But I would say it's not the greatest.
I feel like
I think you don't lack damage on your team with Invoker Drow.
Okay, let's see. Who has a pipe on your team? Nobody. That's the item that you should be buying.
Vlad's is really good too in this game.
Yeah. Of course, Mirana, straight damage. AA, an A. Invoker, straight damage. Drow, straight damage. Like, you felt like you didn't have a frontliner, but you could have been the frontliner.
Bounty is a frontlining hero.
Yep.
Like he is a frontlining hero. Period. Like there's no you could be a frontlining hero. He is a frontlining hero right now.
Yeah.
People build Vlad's, people build Solar Crest, people build Crimson Guard, people build utility items on Bounty Hunter. Like BKB's second item is the most common thing on Bounty Hunter. People will go like drums BKB, drums Vlad's BKB, because you essentially just turn into a core with one item.
Yep.
You're such a problem in fights if you just BKB and run down like the Zeus or the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
So you are the frontliner this game.
I honestly think that you should have just gone like drums. Drums is so good on the hero. I kind of would like to see you go like Guardian Greaves Pipe, and just like Jenkins said, you don't need damage in this game. If you have Guardian Greaves Pipe, then how do they kill you? They don't have enough damage to kill you through that.
I would say that a lot of people aren't going for Greaves on BH. I mean, it's not bad. It's good, but I still think drums like phase boots is very acceptable. It's just after that you need pipes and Vlads and stuff like that. Like people phase are not like a killing damage item anymore. They're like about being tanky.
Yep.
Mobility is nice too, but really it's about the mobility and tankiness. That's why people build it with drums. It just gives you like incredibly efficient stats.
I think I think phase drums maybe go directly into a pipe. Keep mentioning Vlad's. Vlad's is definitely good. I would consider even something like an Atos. I'd consider getting a halberd. Like all of these items,
Spirit Vessels
seem
good
pretty
too.
useful. Yeah.
I wouldn't say Atos on BH. Like I think like Greaves, Atos are items other heroes should be buying on your team. Like I have the same problem when I'm playing Necrophos, where it's like you kind of want the phase boots because you need the armor and you need it for laning and you need the mobility. But then like with phase boots, you can't really build Greaves. So I don't actually really like Greaves on Necrophos. Like, I just tried it, and I kind of don't like it. But I still really like Pipe on Necrophos. Like, I think that's an every game item for that hero. Like, it's just a weird situation. It's just a weird situation to like be one of these like heroes that wants to build into phase, and then you also kind of want Greaves, almost as if you should have 2 boots, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I wanted to pause here because we've basically just been watching the Bounty Hunter and really all 10 heroes in the game just be around this shrine area for the last like 3 minutes. And this is something that happens a lot in lower level games. And when you are kind of at this weird stalemate, like just standoff point, you need to make a decision. Are we strong enough to fight them 5-on-5? And if the answer is yes, then force the issue. Literally run in and make them go on you, because force your team into a fight. Just say, we're going in, you have drums, you pop the drums, just run at them. Force them to fucking fight you. If you are not stronger than them in a 5-on-5, then you should literally just go TP to the top lane and start split pushing. There's no reason for 10 heroes to just be standing in one area, basically doing nothing, accomplishing nothing, pushing no objectives, not even farming. Like, there's so much stuff that could be happening on this map right now, and if nobody else is doing it, you need to force the issue.
That's why Bounty's kind of an awkward hero, because like I would say Bounty's like an awkward low rated hero, because if you're behind, you're not gonna fucking win. Straight up. Like, unless the enemy team makes a mistake and just gets wiped by you in fights, because like this is why I like a hero like Leshrac or something like that, because if you're at a 5k gold deficit, you can split push and turn that into a 5k gold lead pretty easily, because he split pushes so quickly. You can split the enemy team up. But Bounty Hunter, like, his alternative playstyle as opposed to fighting is not really split pushing. I'd say you probably still should do it, just because if nobody's doing it, somebody should do it. But his alternative playstyle is like scouting, placing wards, doing like really high level stuff that I don't think dumb low rated teammates are going to help you. Like, they're not going to play off of you if you're a BH. It's unfortunate, but this is something that I've seen in coaching a lot recently, where it's like I tell people, you should do this, and they say, well, my teammates never react to this, and then I just think, okay, that's true. I need a different way of thinking about playing in this bracket, because it's not the same as like super high rated games.
Right.
Like that and that's the unfortunate thing with the BH pick, is just because his alternative non just fighting play style is like scouting for your team and going for pickoffs and stuff like that.
Right.
But if the enemy team is 5-manning, you're not getting any pickoffs, and somebody on your team needs to split them up.
Right. Yeah.
But with that being said, that's not to say that that's an excuse for you just running in and fighting them and keep getting wiped over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, that still doesn't make that good.
Yeah, like, legitimately, if you have to, just buy a meteor hammer and go split push, or
that would be a good item.
Or just split push by running up and just immediately killing the range creep, and then tank the other creeps for a second, and then your wave will push. Like, that's all you really have to do. Just go kill every single range creep in a wave, like for 2 or 3 waves, and your wave will push into their tower, and they have to respond.
Because it's just really weird, because the way that I've started to go into this, it's just that I've been thinking about like a lot of like mid-game play styles and stuff like that recently, because I've been coaching Hockillionaire, and we've already covered the laning stage with him, and as you know from watching him, his laning is extremely good. So it doesn't make sense for us to keep going over laning. So we've been going over mid-game stuff, and Bounty's playstyle in the mid-game is very unlike a lot of other heroes, which is why for so long he wasn't even considered to be a support, because nobody knew that like running around sniping couriers, trying to pick people off, stealing their gold, scouting for your team so that your team, like, you're a walking ward. The way that you get your team farm is by giving them vision of where the enemies are.
Yeah.
And not fighting. But that's a play style that doesn't necessarily work in low rated, because everybody's just fucking 5-manning and running into each other. Like, if your team doesn't play around that, they're not going to play around that. Yeah. So when I was coaching Hockillionaire, for example, it was the same thing, where I was saying, like, he plays a lot of Coddle, right? And I was saying, like, this might not be a great hero for climbing in this bracket, because you would want like a Leshrac or something that has ganking, but he has ganking potential. He can
take towers.
Like, he can take towers.
He doesn't just push waves. He actually does stuff.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
The wave push.
Whereas Coddle is just outpush. Like, Coddle is outpush. You sit in trees and defend. You defend for your team. Like, and then your team TPs in, but your team needs to make use of that space in order for the games to go successfully.
Yep.
And that's the same thing with BH. Your team needs to make use of the space, and sometimes they won't. which doesn't mean it's an excuse to play bad. You should still play good, but it's not necessarily going to win you Dota just because you play good.
Yeah, I mean, like in some sense, it's almost better just to pick a different hero. But I also think that, you know, it's not necessarily just fair to be like, well, you shouldn't pick this hero in your bracket. Which, I mean, maybe you're never going to get out of that bracket, so you don't want to just not be able to pick heroes sometimes. I think that sometimes you have to get a little bit creative with how you play. Like, for example, in this game, like literally buy a meteor hammer, go split push, become the split pusher on your team. You'll end up like at level 25, and suddenly then you're a carry, even though you built a meteor hammer. Like in the Coddle example, maybe you just have to fucking buy a meteor hammer in that one too, so you can hit towers. Or if you're playing a hero like Undying, you know, who's incredibly good at winning lanes, but he's so terrible in low-rated games because people don't do anything with the laning advantage. They just go sit in the jungle and farm whether they won the lanes or not. So in the Undying example, maybe you have to go fucking like Midas Ags to make him work in low-rated games. I don't know. Like, but that might legitimately be how you play optimally at that particular MMR.
That's just why playing a hero a lot is a really good way of understanding like all the individual things that you need to do in different situations. Like, I keep going back to this, and it's just because like this is a really great, for me, this is a really great way that I learned. Like when I spam heroes, but I was playing Leshrac a few days ago. I spammed like 10 games in a row. I was atrocious at the start, and then by the end, I was like solo carrying games on Leshrac. And there were things that I realized were like, okay, I feel like I can fight, but I thought this hero was a fighter, but there sometimes hits a point where you actually just can't show up to fight, so you just instantly die. So I needed to take a couple of games to figure out what it was that I needed to do and how to optimally do it in games where I couldn't fight. And then there was other situations where I couldn't split push in this game. So what do I do in that situation? You know, there's a Nyx on the enemy team. What do I do in that situation? And all of a sudden, after like 5 games, I had been exposed to like all of the most common situations that Jesus Christ, that you would likely be put in as Leshrac, and I could just fucking solo carry games at that point. Because any situation that I was thrown into that was like a relatively common one, I would be able to deal with it. And this is a relatively common one on BH. It's just that it's probably like 10-20% of games that you'll have to, you know, split push with a meteor hammer or something like that. But in order to know that, you have to actually play a lot of BH games, and you have to try things. You have to get creative. You have to try things.
That's a really important thing, because like if you're just trying to play every single game the same way, and then when it doesn't work out, you're like, oh well, my team just had a shit draft, or my team is not taking advantage of what I'm doing. Well, maybe you need to do something different, and like the only way to figure that out is to actually do something different instead of just like saying, woe is me, like this game was just not built for me to win despite my pick or something like that. Like even in this scenario, like you're technically doing the right thing on Bounty Hunter. You're finding kills, you're getting track gold for your team, like you're the highest net worth on your team, which is probably not good, but you know, that's what's happening. But if you notice, all of these fights are happening on your side of the map. They're all happening where even if you were to win them, you wouldn't get any objectives out of it. But then you look at this bottom lane and the creeps are totally pushed in. What if you were just down there, like pushing the creep wave in and not getting this track gold in the mid lane and eventually getting caught by the Zeus? Then Juggernaut, Pudge, they TP down there. Suddenly your team can actually take a 3-on-5 fight near your tower. And then it becomes a good idea instead of just like accomplishing nothing.
We've hammered a lot of stuff in with this replay though, so let's
let's move on. I also want to keep track of what you did last time with like keeping the replay IDs in the description was really good. So I'm going to do that again.
Okay. Okay, so I'll find while you're doing that, I'll find the next one. So anybody who's wondering, you know, how do I get these beautiful boys to check out and give my replay a gander? Head on over to patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. There's also about a dozen coaching sessions on there from when Donnie and I have coached our beloved patrons.
There's like 30 of them. There's more.
Yeah,
than
they're all recorded. It's basically a much cheaper Game Leap. If you go for only the $3 Patreonage, you basically get access to a way better Game Leap because you get all the content on there. You don't get replay reviews. That's a $12 level, but you get all the coaching sessions in the fucking world. And believe me, we cover like every single topic on there you could dream of. It's just not in a very it's in a coaching live format as opposed to like a structured sort of video, but way better than Game Leap. We don't steal content from anybody. Patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. You get your replays reviewed as well. How's that? How's that for an ad?
That's pretty good.
That's fucking legit. I should do that for a living, actually. Just sell things.
Well.
Okay. You're just gonna insult me.
No, I was just gonna say that people are trying to get us to do that on our YouTube channel. Some people are
trying to get us to do what?
to sell
Seller.
stuff.
Oh, to sell. You mean put more Patreon links on our
No,
on our YouTube?
No, people are literally trying to pay us money to sell their products.
Oh yeah, no, people are definitely. Some of those products though, yeesh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yikes.
That's a huge yikes from me. I'm gonna check the email. Oh, there it is. You didn't tell me they emailed us. These guys.
Who?
Bastard.
Gamer AI?
Gamer AI, yeah.
Yeah, I tried it out and it didn't load. Nothing was working.
Uh-oh.
So that was my first impression.
Okay, well, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I'll give her a gander and see how she is. And okay, so we have a Jugg replay. This is
Battle Cup.
Yeah, this is Battle Cup. I believe it's code RAD, but I forgot. I didn't call. Okay, yeah. So it's code RAD. He says, "Safe lane Jugg. This is from a Battle Cup match. Unfortunately, we lost. What do you do in a scenario where the enemy team is playing very defensive at the end of the game? What items should I have bought?" Okay, well we can kind of skip to later on into the game then.
Yeah. That seems good to me. Okay, they're only a 1k gold lead right now. Okay, there's 11k, and they drop all the way to 1k in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say there's some high ground throws going on in this one.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Okay, 9k gold lead right now, 63 minutes in.
So let's pause and just look at the state of things.
Yep.
Okay. So go to net worth. Okay, so we have Ember Spirit is really huge. Ursa, every core on the enemy team, followed by your three here. So Ricky's very farmed. Okay, they have megas. You have megas against them. So all you need to do, Jesus, these mega games. All you need to do if you have megas against them is just not die right now.
Yeah.
Like that's all you need to do is just not die right now. So, and have buyback on your heroes. How long does this game go for? Jesus Christ, Code Rat. Was it Code Rad before that linked another Megas game? Was that you? Code Rad? You bastard.
Alright.
Oh my.
Well, your farm is quite low for 64 minutes, I will say that. You only have Manta, Maelstrom, Missile Blade.
Or is this the same Megas game? Is this a replay from last week? Did we already do this one? Is there a fight here into just like the Clinks ult?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. This is. I think this is the same replay that we did last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there's the.
Now it all makes sense.
There's
Now it all makes sense. Get out of here. Whoops. Okay.
Very professional.
I hope Kodarad's not watching. He's just like, I fucking paid these guys money for this. This bullshit. Okay, here live in a couple minutes with replay review, everyone. So, okay, we'll April 12th onward. That is definitely after Thursday, so. Okay, this is from Tractor. He says, this one is for sure a new one. He says, replay of 3.2k support ABBA made a lot of questionable decisions in the mid-game, but it didn't cost us the win. Would love some advice. Okay, we can watch that. Dude, Code Rad, man. You play the exact same games every single week. Come on.
Guy's got jokes. Not so many jokes.
Yeah.
Your life is a joke.
Well, you know what? It's only because you're in it, asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
First of all, really hate your cosmetics, so...
Jesus Christ. You look like those horsemen of the apocalypse from Harry Potter.
Do you? You kind of look like. What is this? Are these your eyes? What is this face?
Looks like a fish.
I mean, it doesn't even look like that. You look like one of those like beady-eyed fucking. I don't know.
You look like a spider.
Yeah.
A
Beady-eyed.
pussy ass bitch spider.
Look at these eyes, dude. What is that? What is that?
I don't know what that is. What a dumb Abaddon. What a terrible game this is. I quit. I'm fucking done. Get me out. Yikes. Damn, I'm lagging. I'm getting some real lag. I'm gonna switch the server.
We're already on East, dog.
I'm gonna switch it to Central. Sometimes the servers fuck up.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, that looks better.
All right.
So you start bullying this cocksucker. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Is it though?
Yep.
He's got a lot of regen, but I guess
Yeah.
it's probably better
That's
than
fine.
not bullying him.
You just off yourself anyway. See, this is gonna be some like perfect Abaddon play because
Followed your
you
guide.
followed my guide. Yeah, exactly.
minus the fact that they just got double stunned and are now gonna the rune.
Wow, you guys are getting fucking domed by this guy.
How do you feel about not even buying tangos for Abaddon?
Nah, I think that I like one. You could just get one tango.
And then give 2 to your mid and then just have 1 tango?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like it. I don't like getting like a salve. I actually like this build. Just like some clarities, some tangos, one mango maybe.
Sure.
Just like the occasional regen.
Okay, first and foremost, as somebody who plays a lot of support, do not fucking do this. You just killed the centaur. He's not in lane. Do not go to the creep wave with your carry if there's nobody contesting him. There's no reason for you to be here. He could be getting a full wave of completely uncontested free farm experience solo, but now you're splitting the experience so that he's not going to be level 2. And if he's level 2, then he feels a lot better about this lane.
He can
than
actually
does at
lane
level 1.
solo. He could actually lane solo against Centaur. I would say like what your play is to just run up to the Centaur's tower, and as
Yeah.
he's running into the lane, you fucking bully the shit out of him.
Yeah, you should
Like-
just be up here, like zoning him. There's no reason for you to be in the creep wave with this.
I just played a game as Nature's Prophet, and we won at 13 minutes, and it was like literally all propagated by.
What is happening right now? That was the weirdest shit I have seen.
Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need a salve for anything.
That was 45 seconds of doing nothing other than taking the courier from your mid.
Dude, Abaddon is like one of the best level 1 heroes in Dota. You cannot just give this guy free farm for 45 seconds. That is a total waste of the hero. You can't do that. I thought you were sending out like a sentry or something like that. But even then, you can just kill yourself and get it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand on some level the thought process there, which is that I'm going to be using my mist coil off of cooldown, which means that I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, which means that I want to be able to heal myself back up so that I can mist coil him some more. But that is just a fundamental misunderstanding of the hero. You know, it would be fine on basically any other support. I mean, okay, it wouldn't be fine. You should never run back like that and take the courier from your mid. That was just not good. You should.
You're like, the point of being a 5-row support is you're literally the strongest hero in the game for the first couple of minutes. If you're spending like a third of that time that you're strong running back to the courier, then the centaur is just gonna. Now he's level 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Now
this guy's actually winning the lane. He's beating you.
Yeah.
You first blooded him and he's beating you in the lane.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Within the first minute, you went from crushing the lane by getting first blood and then having your Spectre have the ability to be level 2 before Centaur gets any experience at all, to basically giving him the entire lane and you're not even pulling to get the lane back to where it is safe for Spectre. So at this point, this lane is like completely fucked, and it was all your fault, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, you wanna pull the lane back the moment it goes into his tower, but it shouldn't actually even go into his tower, because as soon as you kill him, you should just stand in front of his tower bullying him and Centaur and Spectre free. Like, if you're level 1 at 5 minutes and your Spectre's 6 and Centaur's level 2, that game is the easiest fucking game of Dota ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just over. There's a literal 100% chance that you win that game.
Yeah. There's
it's
actually
not possible.
There's no better hero in Dota than to give a start like that too.
It is not possible to beat a level 6 Spectre at 5 minutes when nobody can go lane and contest her. Like, that is not possible to win that.
Yeah. Okay, so what's he gonna do next? Salving, walking to the mid lane. I want to know why. Why is this rotation happening? Okay. I mean, how do you feel about that? Not being results oriented. Objectively, how is that rotation?
I don't see the purpose. I think your job is to support the Spectre. Like, I think you just want to give him a good start, and you leave when you know that he's just gonna crush alone, and you want to drop a safe lane ward before you ever leave a Spectre. And also, like, if you're rotating mid, it shouldn't just happen randomly. It should be around like a rune timing, or it should be around like you want to go mid to place a ward. Because I could see your camera was top. Like, you were not rotating mid because you wanted to go mid. You were rotating because you wanted to walk top. But I don't see why you walked top.
Yeah.
Like, this Nature's Prophet should just be top. Nature's Prophet fucking destroys Razor. You don't do anything up here.
Yeah.
You're owning that guy bot. You don't do anything. Like, you save this guy maybe, but Nature's Prophet actually like destroys Razor. He doesn't do anything to the treants. This was a very questionable lane rotation between you and the Natures, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Prophet.
You can stack a camp right now with your miscoil, by the way. Like, if you're playing if you're playing 5 or 4, you want to really pay attention to those timings. Like, it looks like you're trying to just play a game of Dota as Abaddon. You're not thinking about enabling your cores. That's like the main problem that I see here between all of these things. Like, you're just going to the lane top because Nature's is bot. Maybe I'm assuming things, but like,
I don't know. What I see here is just 100% autopilot. You're basically just reacting to stuff that's happening in the game as opposed to thinking about why you're
Let me tell you exactly how you play Abaddon. Pause this. I'll tell you exactly how to play Abaddon. Okay? You go bot. You fight the level 1 rune with Miscoil. You lose the rune probably because your hero has no stuns, but you do a lot of harass. You stand in front of their fucking tower and you Miscoil them over and over and over again until they either run at you and force you to back off or they die. Maybe they'll eventually go to the creep wave, but by the time they go to the creep wave, your Spectre is already level 2 and you're going to win that lane. Like, the guy's going to be totally out of regen. Then what you do is at about the 5-minute mark, maybe before that, maybe the 4-minute mark, you send out 2 wards. You place 1 ward in your safe lane to protect your Spectre. You run mid, you go for a gank, get the rune first or after, place the ward mid, and then that's when you gank. Then you immediately head back towards bot to make sure your Spectre has a good game. Once she has enough items, once she has like phase boots or something, then eventually you can leave, but you need to make sure that you have a shrine and a safe lane ward to do that. Then you can head top, but if you're heading top, it's not because the Nature's Prophet's bottom, it's because you're putting 3 heroes in that lane to get the tower. You should never rotate to just be in another dual lane, especially with Nature's Prophet having the teleport open. Like, that hero can just TP straight back up top. He literally has 2 TPs. So it's like, basically, your only rotation that should happen on Abaddon is rotations to gank in the laning stage or rotation to literally end the laning stage. Like, when you rotate top, it's to put 3 heroes there and the laning stage is over. Spectre is done. You're no longer supporting her in the lane. You're supporting her in the game. And if the safe lane is the best place for her to farm, sure, that's the best place for her to farm. But she could go jungle. She could come top with you. The laning stage is over. That is the only rotation you make on Abaddon that is not a warding mission to the mid lane. And then you can maybe potentially gank the mid lane. But you need to make sure that that mission is not to gank the mid lane or to go to another lane. It's for a purpose. It's to ward. Like, 90% of the time it's to ward. Literally what I do every game is I'll just go ward the safe lane, ward the shrine, ward mid, and then I'll gank mid at that time. And then even if I die or the gank doesn't succeed, there's 3 wards on the map. No fucking way anybody on that side of the map dies. And then that secures you to go top with 3 people, because if your team dies with 3 wards on that side of the map, they're idiots. Like, that's literally the perfect time to go rotate towards the top lane with 3 people, because then that side of the map is protected not by heroes but by the wards. And you can walk there, you can TP there. I don't know. It depends on if you want to use your TP to get back somewhere. But I would say, like, if this guy dies, it's because he's bad. But he's dying because he doesn't have a safe lane ward right now.
Yeah.
Like, you make that rotation. He has no safe lane ward. So
And
he
no
doesn't die.
support. And no support.
Yeah. I mean, 5 minutes is definitely, like, I would say most of the time when you go for a gank mid at 5 minutes to place wards, you go back to your, especially like a Spectre, you go back to Spectre.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, this is a hero where all you have to do is get it through the first 20 minutes and you win the game. In like 90% of games. All you have to do is just allow it to have a not shit game for the first 20 minutes and you're going to be fine. And what I saw there is just a very, very classic mistake that so many low MMR players make, which is that they feel like they need to be doing something important all the time. They feel like, okay, Prophet came here. We can't just allow our Pugna to lane solo, even though he's an offlane hero that's super fast and can push out the wave and take care of himself. You're like, no, we can't lose any of the lanes. We have to go help the top lane. Pugna is the least important hero in this entire game. It literally does not matter if he has boots and a wand at 40 minutes into the game, because all he has to do is press his fucking Q on towers.
Sorry, Killer Pigeon just asked me to maybe cast something, which would be fucking awesome.
Dope. Tonight. Hey, can you focus, big guy?
I'm focused.
Can you
Come
focus
on,
up?
I'm just waiting for it to load. What is this bullshit? It's fucking bullshit.
All right, type 1 in chat if you want me to replace Jenkins with BSJ.
Okay. Come on. Type 1 in chat if you want me to replace Donnie with Breaky CPK. They're both about just as good at Dota. You crying?
What?
Are you crying?
I was cutting onions over here.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you.
Radiant are scanning.
The fuck, man? Don't leave me hanging.
Sorry, I'm going back to the replay because I'm trying to do my
Okay.
fucking job.
Yeah, well, your job is to give me a fucking hand job. How's that sound? Queer? All right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was
That was very aggressive.
very aggressive. It's not gay if you're the one getting the hand job, by the way, in case
Right.
anybody's wondering.
Right. Oh, it's a problem if it is gay, you know.
No, I'm just saying,
We
you
live
know,
in
I'm not. It's just-
2019.
Right. It's just like if I want to get a hand job from my best friend, it's like that's not cheating or gay. Oh, fuck me. That ulti. Jesus Christ. That's why it's a counter.
Got hammered.
Yeah, God. What a chaotic fight. Can we go back and just see like
Dude,
why this fight happened?
I don't even know what's going on in this game right now. I feel like there's just a bunch of random heroes just running around and just like happening to run into each other. It doesn't feel like anything's coordinated at all.
Oh, there's something random happening.
Yeah. So Dazzle
Okay.
comes to ward. He gets suckied. Somehow this turns into a fight mid. Okay, so he runs up here to ward.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan Roche. Fight happening mid. Going to ward up here. I think this is fine. I'd like to see a
Yeah,
ward on
this
the
is-
shrine. Probably.
This is fine. This is a fine ward. Wait,
I don't
where's the
love
ward?
this. He just
Where's the
said
ward?
Yeah, I would place a ward up there. You wanna establish map control.
This hero like struggles so much to get into position to ward, so it always pains me to see like if you had a position to get a really deep ward down, which you did, and now you just placed a river ward. Dude, you had such a good opportunity to place like a deep ass ward and you just placed like a generic river ward.
Yeah.
That's
This is-
definitely like Deep ward. You want to ward deep. River wards are fucking trash.
They're
Like,
so
river wards are
bad.
awful.
They're so bad. This is literally why I would, if I was playing in a pub and I had if the lowest MMR person wanted to take carry, it was either them play 5 or carry. I would let them play carry almost every game because they are gonna place these wards for the entire game. This is why low MMR players have a hard time winning games, finishing games, is because their vision stays around the river for the entire fucking game. It never goes into the jungle. It never pushes in towards the enemy base. It stays around the river, and therefore they just stay on their side of the map and wait for something to happen. And then, this ward is good because you want to protect Roche, but this ward is actually the most useless ward you could have placed at this moment, unless you put it right here, because this gives you rune control, which is not important right now. It doesn't allow you to push this tower because it gives you 0 information about people rotating from here or here. And it doesn't give you any information about where heroes would be because it's not going to catch a glimpse of anybody farming anywhere on the map or rotating anywhere on the map. So it literally gives you 0 information that's important. And yeah, you had the opportunity to put one right here, which would give you shrine information, give you information of people farming here and here and here and ganking and coming to fight Roche. This ward would allow you to actually advance the game towards a conclusion as opposed to just stalemating on your side of the map.
So here's the thing, with the Dota map. This is gonna sound really dumb at first, but it actually makes sense. The Dota map's a square, right? And you have 2 bases. One in the bottom left corner, one in the upper right corner. The enemies, when they die, they respawn in the base. And I'm not trying to explain this like I'm explaining to a child because I'm trying to be condescending or something. It's because I really think Dota can actually be boiled down to simple concepts like this. So the enemy team, they die, they respawn on their base, which is in one of the corners of the map. Which means if they want to get somewhere, they're going to need to walk out of their base in a direction. So the closer to their base you place that ward, it's like, what do they say? It's like if you, let me think of an analogy here.
It gives you early information about where you should position yourself.
It's like if you're shooting at something with a gun or with an arrow, and you fuck up the angle slightly, if your target is really close, you'll still hit it right in the bullseye. But you move the target 1,000 meters back, and you shoot, you're not even going to hit the target. Basically what I'm saying is
Analogy doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. Everything is coming from this one central location, and they're spreading out on the map, right? So you get more information the closer to their base you place the ward, because you're essentially putting the bullseye closer to the arrow. Do you see what I'm saying? If the enemy team is running out of their base in a linear path, they're going to walk towards one of the lanes. You will know that somebody's in a lane.
Yeah.
If you place a ward literally right by their fountain. That's why people try to put deep wards, because no matter where somebody's going on the map, you can see the path that they're taking from the earliest possible location.
Yes. That's fair. Just imagine, for example, if you had placed a ward, if you have a ward right here. Let's say you have a ward right here. This means that anybody who leaves the base towards this half of the map will be spotted almost immediately, which means that you can either set up a fight somewhere else, you could gank them if you know that there's only one person over here and there's an objective to take afterwards. But people tend to move in fairly straight lines in Dota. I think, nobody's really going to be running out of their base this direction to juke vision and then suddenly go this way.
No, nobody does that.
They're going to come to this direction because they're planning on playing on this part of the map.
Well, yeah, because people are focused on efficiency. The higher level you go, people are more focused on efficiency. Yeah. So it's people will go straight to where they want to go, and people won't TP there because it's bad. And even if they do TP there, you can catch them TPing somewhere with the ward.
Yeah.
And you can catch the deeper the ward is, you can catch people with Blink Dagger pickups, BKB pickups. There's so much good information that you can get because people just generally walk through the place, the area that's close to their base. Think of how often you walk through those hills that lead up to your tier 3s, even when your tier 1s are up. If you're going to go farm the jungle, if you're going to go walk to a lane, if you're going to go walk to defend a tower, the closer to the base, the more scenarios you're going to catch people like doing shit, the more information you're likely to get. And I'm not saying in 100% of scenarios, but Dota has so many exceptions to it that it's not like that's not an argument. 90% of the time, you're going to catch so much information the closer to the base you put the wards, which is why river wards are fucking awful, because they're literally in the middle of the triangles. Like, they give the least information.
Yeah.
You need to put the entire river of wards to get the same information of right in front of their fountain.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
in a lot of cases, there's obviously exceptions. It depends on what types of wards you want to place, but generally, if you just make it a rule of thumb, place wards as deep as possible, people will say, wow, you're fucking really good at warding. They never get dewarded. There's always vision on the map. It's really easy to see where people are. That's because the wards are deep. That's just because you have the highest likelihood of lowest risk, highest reward. That's basically it for those wards.
Yep. I mean, there's a reason that solo and fly are notorious for basically creating a line of wards. Like, if you go watch any like EG or VP game, around like 15 to 20 minutes into the game, there will literally be a line of wards that goes like here, 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 and here. And that's exactly what Jenkins is saying. If you have this entire line of wards all the way on their side of the map, where you can see where every single hero is moving to super early on, then you have perfect information to do whatever you want.
It's stupid how broken it is. I've been winning so many games as Nature's Prophet, just putting like literally in base wards.
Yeah.
So many games are just. I've never felt like I've had so much control over a Dota game than when I'm playing like Nature's 5.
This is why I love playing support.
Half the reason.
Because it actually gives you an incredible amount of control. Everybody's like, you can't play support in low MMR, it gives you no control over the game. If you can see what the other team is doing, you have so much control over the game.
Yeah, I think that five roll mentality, I can't win from support, is such horse shit, and you're just not picking the right heroes if you can't. Like I literally have the heroes that I'm playing in the most recent weeks just happen to be played as mostly supports. And my MMR, I've gone up 300 MMR in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Playing only support at literally the highest possible bracket. So that support bullshit is that just means your wards are bad. That just means that just means you're not playing the right heroes. Because if you're playing like Lich or something, it's like, well, fuck you. Like, obviously you're not going to be controlling the game as Lich. Like, hey guys, I'll frost armor you. No, you want some guy that can like push towers and put the deepest wards and like contribute a lot.
Lich, he's literally just like, all right, I can't push lanes, I can't gank, I can't initiate, I can't D-push. What do I do? All right, give me another replay.
Oh God, we've been going so ham in these. we gotta pick it up. All right.
4 minutes max for every replay from now on.
Shit, really? That's like not a lot. That's really not a lot. So every time I go back into this thing, I have to scroll all the way up.
Damn, I didn't realize that this Pudge skin, that the necklace is actually his top knot that's been pinned all the way back around onto his back.
Jesus Christ.
That's a fucking crazy cosmetic.
Battle Cup. Okay, this 11th, 12th, 13th. Where's the Abaddon? Oh, that was Tractor. Okay, we got Hockillionaire. Of course we got Hockillionaire. This guy's ravenous, man.
Post off-lane coaching review. That's not enough information, fucker.
I coached him. I coached him in offlane. He's been playing 4. He does a really good job at it. We could go over the laning stage quickly, just because I know that he plays a fucking amazing laning stage now. His mid game's atrocious, but the speed at which Hockillionaire picks up Dota. Like, look at his rank. He was literally an entire medal below when we first.
He was Crusader. He was like Crusader 4 or something like that.
Yeah. He's almost Legend. Like, Legend's actually not bad.
No.
Legend's legit not bad at Dota. And then Ancient's like actually good. Like, when you're Ancient, you could consider like, oh, I might be able to go pro at some point, or try. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually in the cards, and not just like, well, I'd try to play pubs first, sort of thing. It's like
right.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there, man.
First Australian Dota pro.
All right. What are you talking about? What about KP?
I mean, he was on Chinese teams. He wasn't on an Australian team.
Yeah, but he's Australian. He's just Australian Chinese.
I'm just fucking with you.
This guy's a racist, man. Fucking white people.
Whoa, dude, what are you talking about?
Fucking white people.
What about QO? You just saying that KP looks like QO?
What? No.
QO's Australian.
Damn, we got a $24 patron. I'm not gonna dox somebody though, but thank you for supporting us on Patreon. Every week, replay reviews, patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. How many times should I be advertising our Patreon? I feel like more.
Let's do this replay. No wonder it's taking so long. You're spending all this time talking about irrelevant
For fuck's
shit.
sakes, I did it once. I am. You're the one talking about bullseyes and shit. Oh wait, no, that was me too. Fuck.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, you can go fuck yourself, you hairy bitch.
All right,
Let's
so you
see,
got
yeah.
Underlord, Disruptor against Lion, Huskar. Guys, no regen.
Just speed through it. Like I know Hockillionaire plays the laning stage well. He's good. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to make Daddy proud. You know what I mean? That's all that I want to see. I just want to see that he's making me proud. It's like you come home and dinner's already ready for you, and the kids have made their beds. Like, that's me with Hockillionaire. Except he's my wife, and we fuck each other.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Oh, drags a second wave, dude. Look at this guy.
And this is good in this lane because you're against a Huskar with an Underlord.
Okay, so Hockey, I would say what you probably want to do is pull it around like the long way and get it behind the tier 1 and tier 2.
Instead of pulling through the tower.
Yeah, instead of pulling it through the tower. So you do get the lane and like the place that you want, and then it sends a double wave. So this is good. It's better than just doing nothing and laning against a Huskar. Like it's good. It's not bad. It's just I would say it's not exactly optimal. But I'm glad that you did that. And then he pulls the side camp because he's a fucking god. Oh yeah, look at this. And look, he's not soaking the Underlord's experience. Like the Underlord has a free lane because there's a double wave, so he's not soaking it. Oh yeah, look at that. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'd like to see you checking their inventories. There you go. Check the Huskar, still no regen. Just a bracer. Just a bracer.
Is he gonna cut the wave again?
I'm not sure why he placed that sentry.
Maybe he just had an idea that there was a ward there, something like that. I don't know. Damn, I'm seeing a lot of. I'm seeing this in pixels, but I still know what's going on because I play so much Dota. Well, that's pathetic. Pulling the side camp. Game is paused. I actually can't see shit, but I know everything that's happening. Jesus Christ. That's how addicted I am to this game. I think that's a lion there. I can see the way that he walks. Maybe if I put it in...
I mean, this seems fine to me so far. I haven't seen anything overtly bad. Getting both bounties.
We should skip to mid game. He plays the lane really well. There we go. Okay. So
So it looks like he's actually playing it as a 5 because Rubik is going for Blink and Arcanes.
oh yeah, I noticed that you do that a lot, Hockillionaire. You go to the off lane and then you play 5, which is fine. It's just that typically 4 is gonna be a higher farm priority. That's usually what you want. You want to get items. You want to get like an urn. You want to get, you know.
I will say though that in pubs, this is a lot of the time what has to happen. Like this happens to me when I pick like Nyx, stuff like that as an offlane support. I just end up having to play a 5 because nobody else is buying wards. So
Yeah.
if you feel like there's not enough vision on the map, then sometimes you just got to do that.
Hey man, whatever wins, you know.
Hey, look,
you gotta do what you
look
gotta
at
do.
those deep ass wards. I like that. I like seeing that. See, you can see so much going on. You know that their entire enemy team, other than this hero, the Kunkka, is right here. That's what these 2 words tell you.
So fuck, it's hard for me to see. So let's see. They have a Huskar, they have a Kunkka, they have a Lion, they have a Grimstarker, they have a Sand King. So what Hockey and I talked about is basically, well, we covered Coddle. So like I previously mentioned, we talked about just like out pushing, and that's a way to contribute to the game. But with Disruptor, your play is to basically just run around looking for ganks and for fights.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you do. Like you smoke around, you look for glimpses. I would say it's awkward when you have a Drow and an Invoker and Underlord. Like none of these heroes actually want to fight.
Yeah.
I would say you want to play around your Underlord, which is good that you are.
Yeah.
He's the only hero that wants to fight on your team.
Yeah, this is a game based on your draft where again you kind of have to be creative. I would probably just maybe look to be a counter initiator with your static storm. Just kind of like hang out with whoever's pushing out and then just try and counter gank with that. Buy like defensive items to support that style of play. Because like you said, this is not really a game where you can just run around and go glimpse people and like your Spirit Breaker and your own Huskar or whatever following up and fighting people. Your Mars, they're not running around running at the other team. Your whole team is basically...
your Invoker's Quas Wex. You want to play around him. That's who you want to play around. Yeah. Well, he just EMP'd the...
He's not Quaswex. He's
Wex Exhort.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he went Quas Wex to start and then maxed Exhort, which is like a more common thing these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do want to fight around your Invoker. I didn't realize that he was like the fighting build.
Active.
And then Drow. Yeah, and then Drow just farms. Like this is literally like a fighting game. And if you can't fight, then you probably just want to play the dead lane and just get farmed.
Yeah.
Other than that, you don't really have much of a place because your hero's not good at spell pushing, so you just hit creeps in the dead lane.
Yeah. You basically just like keep your towers alive from just taking random creep damage, or you're with your team trying to team fight basically.
Yep. Unfortunate. That's kind of why like disruptors and oracles and stuff are like weird pub heroes to win with, because
super good heroes, but in the pub environment can be very awkward to play.
Yeah, because like if you're behind, well, everybody's just gonna hit jungle creeps. Then what the fuck do? You
just buy a Midas and go for your gold talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, legitimately, that's what you do.
Speaking of which, you're level 10. What's the level 10 talent? What are the talents of level 10?
200 health or 40 Thunderstrike damage.
Oh, neither of those are really that great. Although the HP is pretty good.
HP is pretty good. I mean, he's got 1,000 HP, which is really not.
I would personally go for the HP talent over any of the skills. I don't see the skills leveling up to be that effective. Your Thunderstrike does a pathetic amount of damage at this point.
Yeah.
Your kinetic field duration increases not that much, but 200 HP, like as a 5-roll, you should actually be using your HP as a resource. Like your goal after you get your abilities off is to run in and like tank as much damage as you can. That's perfectly fine. Like tank towers, tank heroes, tank spells. Like if they're using a bunch of shit on you, then they're losing the game. Yeah. But you want that after you use the ultimate. That's why health on 5 rolls is really good. That's why you see like a lot of
couple bracers.
That's why you see like a lot of liches. They'll go like health talent bracers. It's because they'll get their spells off, they'll run in and they'll just die. But it's like if you're using burrow strikes and shit on a lich who got his spells off already, well, you're not gonna have it for the Invoker or the Drow.
Yeah, I mean, think about it like this: if you are a 5-roll support and you tank 700 damage worth of spells, you've basically given your carry or your mid player 700 extra HP.
Yep.
And that's
also just like the stun duration that's on you instead of them when you've already used your spells.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the best ways to have impact as a support is just to try and take as many resources from the other team as possible in fights. You want to be as annoying as humanly possible, and to do that, you need to have extra HP. So you went for the Thunderstrike damage, which is pretty silly considering he had no points of Thunderstrike up until now, except for the one. Yeah, so missed the 200 HP. I definitely agree. That's a mistake.
I would say you're not the damage dealer in this game. Like you don't need that damage.
Yeah.
It's really important when you're in a game, like especially for itemization and talent choices, to think about like what your job is in the game. Like what do you lack? Do I lack tower push? Do I lack damage? Do I lack stun? Do I lack, tank, like people to run in and tank? And then build your items around that. Because I would say, like, given that there's an Invoker and a Drow on your team, like these heroes, they honestly shit out damage.
Yeah.
Underlord does too, percentage damage. So But
Yeah.
this looks all in all, it looks pretty good. Like just the fact that you're fighting with your team.
And fighting on their side of the map, more importantly than anything.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, look at the ward! Oh, look at that fucking ward. Yes.
It's okay. You did it in vision.
No, I love it. I love it.
If you were smoked, it would be better.
He
but
did
yeah.
it. He did it in vision. What do you mean he did it in vision?
I mean, if you walk up and place that ward, the tower sees you.
I don't think so, dude.
It does.
I don't think so.
It does. Anyway, next replay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go pour some tea after I link you the replay. I started using the teapot. It's the best decision of my life with the tea cozy. It's legit. All right, Souls. We got Souls here. He says first coaching session after Jenkins, or first thing after Jenkins coaching session. For fuck's sakes, it's gonna be a Techies game. I know it. I already know it's gonna be a Techies game because it's Souls. He just plays weird heroes. All right, bear back.
What? Source 1 replays. We missed a digit there, buddy. Missed a digit there, buddy. Alright. I don't need Jenkins. Strong, independent man. Don't need no bitch like Jenkins to do my work for me. Got it. Hey, it is a Techies replay.
Now I'm gonna unmute my mic because it's been muted this whole time. All right, hey Donnie, what's up, man?
It's a Techies replay. I don't want to do this.
Oh wow, who would have fucking thought? Jesus Christ, motherfucker! God damn it, Souls! This is why you're not gaining MMR. You're playing Techies. You're just playing a different game from Dota. It's not even Dota. All right, let's give this our best. Let's give this our best shot.
It is tempting to get really good at Techies just to make everybody else miserable, but I don't have the patience.
That's why I play 5-roll sniper, because it's so busted that it just makes everybody else miserable.
So
Just fucking sick.
busted.
Yeah,
Lit.
dude, it's super lit. Get me out. Yikes.
So first of all, I'd definitely be placing your minefield sign because it has a 6-minute cooldown, so there's no reason not to place it now because by the time you get level 6 and can actually use it for something, back off the cooldown.
Wait, does the minefield sign actually do anything in the early levels?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought they changed it so that it actually does.
That does nothing.
It does literally nothing. Are you sure?
It reminds enemies to step lightly.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Fuck this hero, man. Why? Why does he have that? Monkey King has a built-in ability. It actually is a Manta style. Almost. Like, this hero just has a built-in ability that has literally nothing but memes. What the fuck? I picks up an Oov. I like that.
Yep.
That's good stuff. Every time you get first blood, you gotta make sure to come back to base.
And even brought this guy a salve. That's very good supporting.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, you're just looking to ping people. Just pop them. Pop him. 32 base damage plus that doing dang.
You know, that's I think actually you should have gone for a Blightstone because, you know, if you amplify that 32 base damage so that's 33 base damage instead,
yep,
it's pretty fucking lit. Like, it's nuts.
And every subsequent auto attack does that extra litty 1 damage. Fucking dang.
Lit. Yeah. Oh shit.
It's fucking
That's fucking
fire.
Yeah, dude.
It's straight fire. It's fucking
Dude,
the littest fire. It's fucking.
if
yeah.
you fucking get that extra damage, dude, you can fucking dome them so hard. They're gonna get fucking domed.
Just. Do you mean doomed or domed?
No, domed, dude. But I mean, they'll feel like they're doomed because they're just getting so fucking domed.
Straight bodied to the dome by your lit
Yeah, dude,
right
you're
click
fucking
damage.
balling. You're balling in this game. Look at you. Oh man. Oh, you almost get the courier, except you do 32 fucking base damage. So.
You don't actually dome it, but you dome yourself and get back to
Oh,
base, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that shit's pretty lit. I don't even know the other words that I can use. We're old.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up millennial slang. Millennials. 77 millennial slang words that'll have you shook. Yes, with 2 A's.
Dude,
turd.
this fucking Techies is looking sus, bro.
His fucking
Dude, your fucking Leshrac is basic. Like, he's actually such a basic bitch. He's on fleek right now.
Oh my god,
He's gonna clap back on you.
You're just stray by Feliciaing these fucking assholes in your lane.
You're fucking throwing shade on me, fam.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, dude, if we keep talking, you're gonna be way too gassed, and I'm just gonna have to give you like a big V ratchet trashy bitch.
Oh, dude, Hundo P, that is trill. TVH.
Hundo P. Who the fuck says that, dude?
Millennials, apparently, dude.
Oh my god, straight yeet! Yeet! Give me a thick with 2 C's, yeet! On this Techies gameplay. What? FOMO!
Dude, you're a thick goat, dude. You're the goat. You're the thickest goat that I've ever been blessed to bounce with. You're fucking swole, IRL. TFW, you're fucking swole.
Oh man, let's finna get back into this replay review.
Yeah, we're acting a little too bougie right now. Let's
fucking canceled.
That's it. That's all 77.
Yeah.
There's no domed in there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking dome these people.
Yeah, they don't know shit. This list is not lit at all. It's fucking not even Hundo P of all the words
It's
that you
not,
should be
dude.
using.
This shit has me on fleek, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to more of that. All right, what's been happening in this game?
Buy a sentry. This lane is 3 million times easier if you just buy 2 sentries and make sure that the Weaver can't ever use Shikuchi freely.
That's actually like literally the best piece of advice that I could also recommend for this lane. If you're against a Weaver is impossible. Excuse me, Weaver is impossible to play against without a sentry.
Yeah, and he's impossible to play if there is a sentry in his lane.
Yeah, it like whenever there's a Weaver in a game or any sort of invis hero, for the most part, barring like Bounty Hunter now because people don't even level the invis.
Yeah.
You basically like it's a sentry battle. Like if there's a Treant, if there's a Weaver, it's a sentry battle.
Yep.
Ricky, the lane that dewards the other person's sentry is. I like that you're suiciding to go back to base and pick up stuff. That's really good.
Yeah.
We talked about that in coaching, and I'm really glad that you're doing that because it's really good. And every time you go back to base, you're bringing more and more stuff. So you're actually like taking your lane advantage and doing something with it. Although, with that being said, you guys just kind of die. Can we watch that slowly and just kind of see what happened there?
Yeah, sorry.
Because,
I honestly think that because you're against a Spear Breaker, it would be a pretty good idea to be placing some wards or some mines over here, kind of just in like this area.
I would say like a ward too. There's literally no vision on the map right now.
Yeah, that's really bad against Spear Breaker.
There's a ward just mid. So basically against Spirit Breaker, if you're worried about him in either of the lanes, and you should be because he's Spirit Breaker, you can go to base, pick up a ward right now with the 75 gold that you have, sell the clarity, and then put the ward right between mid and bot. Like that's this one situation where, well, unless you want a rune ward, that's one of the few situations where like a river ward is very, very good because Spirit Breaker charges through the river. Like
Yes.
You'll see him with the river ward.
Yeah,
You can put it also on the shrine area. That's a good ward.
I was gonna say that, like, if you're a support and you're having trouble beating Spirit Breaker because he just seems to be creating so much chaos against your team in all of the lanes, you're like, oh my god, my carry's dying, my mid's dying, everybody needs help all the time, I'm TPing here, and then somebody else getting charged in another lane. All you really have to do to beat Spirit Breaker in the early game is just place 2 wards, one on either side of the mid laner to protect him, so that he will see charges from either direction. And yeah, I think the best
He's honestly pretty useless if you just put that ward because like
put a ward right
the
here
only way-
or here, and then you put a ward like over here or here.
Well, here
or
I would
even,
say
up here.
that's that kind of typical warding area above the shrine on the ramp. where it sees both the no, on the other side.
Like here.
Right there. Yeah, that's the best.
This
the
one's
best.
really good for Spirit
You
Breaker.
want Vision of the Shrine because then you'll see him charging from base too.
Like right here.
To the left.
I mean, this would work too because you'd have vision.
If it gives vision, yeah, I'm not 100%. I just can't. I can't see your mouse, but yeah, I think like anywhere there is going to be good. But that hero is like fucking dog shit actually. If you don't just destroy people in the lanes, like the only way you kill people in the lanes is by the only way you beat people in the lanes is by killing them.
Yeah,
like literally charging at somebody when they're not expecting it and killing them. Or you have a Darkseer, but they don't. So like you actually should just annihilate them. Like you should see this guy. You actually do see him coming, so you know that the Spirit Breaker is coming because he's mid. But once again, I understand if that's not enough time because like there's a lot of times where I'll see something on the map briefly and I won't have enough time to react. Yeah. Just because sometimes your eyes just are not looking at the mini map. That's why you want the ward. We'll have way more information.
Okay, so basically you both just died there. Like you just mistimed how much or miscalculated how much damage you'd take from.
The moment Spirit Breaker starts charging... Okay, here's another thing, actually. I talked to Souls about this when we were doing coaching before. It still seems like you're focusing a lot on kills. Like, once you've got the Weaver to 10% HP, your job has been accomplished. He can no longer lane there, and you have a free lane. You've secured the CS in the creep wave. So you don't need to continue chasing and put yourself out of position to kill him, because you're already having the... he has to walk back to base or walk back to Shrine. That's effectively being dead. So I think that the ward would help you like choose to not commit to that as well. But it's also like that guy you had already done your job. You know what I mean? So committing more to try to get the kill with your Leshrac is it's literally just going for the kill. And anytime in Dota you're just focusing on kills, it's usually the wrong action.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. Are you playing a 3 Techies? Are you playing a 5 or 4 Techies?
He's playing a 4. This is what Techies do, by the way.
He just pulled the wave from his Leshrac, and now his Lesh is having to leave the lane because he's not getting any farm, which seems pretty
Yeah, that's why this hero's stupid. That's why this hero's stupid. But this is what you do on Techies. You kill the creep wave. Like, you become a core. That's how Alex plays Techies. So, I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like you should be placing mines like around their shrine area to get people who are coming in to rotate on this, and then you can be aggressive on them on the tower.
Oh, dude, join Jake Gra.
My buddy, dude.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Donnie. That like once again we did talk about like if you're gonna cut creep waves and stuff like that. The reason that you're able to do that is because you're denying the area with your mines. Like you need to first make the area inaccessible for your opponents, and then you cut the creep wave.
Yeah.
Well, cutting the creep wave is fine, but as you're doing that, you should make the area like inaccessible for your opponents, like by placing a bunch of mines.
Yeah, that's my main thing that I've seen so far is that you really haven't placed a whole lot of mines. Like I know you're supposed to go suicide first, and you're supposed to focus on blast off kills quite a bit, but I didn't see like any proximity mines placed for the first like 5 minutes of the game, which seems kind of weird because like you can set up all these little traps which will completely own somebody like Coddle or Weaver who has very low HP and is running through areas all the time trying to escape. But I mean, I don't play Techies, so
pretty decent stuff so far though. Like we did talk about a couple of things that I see that he's doing. That's good.
Yeah, I think your mine placement is pretty good as far as like where you're putting proxies and stuff like that. You definitely want to keep them in very scary places to walk into or to find. Hide little nooks and crannies so that you have to like listen and then back out and then listen and back out. That's like the only way to find the area.
Love this. Hey, there you go. Area control. Nice. Look at this guy trying to deal with you. What a moron. Doesn't work. Doesn't do shit. What is he doing? What is he doing? That's so bad. Love this. Love this. Love what you're doing. Coddle's doing good stuff though too. Actually, by defending this tower, he's doing the right play.
Yeah, he's actually.
That's why your Leshrac should go top. Like the fact that Coddle is okay, so he does leave. That's good. The fact that Coddle is responding to this, and I would probably put your Oov in your backpack now, by the way. Like, you don't really need the Oov anymore. Laning is over. Here it is. There's the space. There's the space. That's good. That's good. Love that. Perfect. Well, Shrek should not be coming back down here. What is he doing? You need to tell him, hey, go away. I'm making space.
Yeah, that's literally what you do in Techies. You just own half the map.
Yes, exactly. On your own.
Yep.
And then you move to the other side of the map. At least that's what Alex would always say when I was playing with him. I don't know if he's changed his opinion on how he should play Techies. Yeah, that your Leshrak's running around owning. He should stop running towards bot, I think. And once again, we talked about this too. It's like it's kind of 50% on you to tell your people like how you want them to play the game around you.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these mines here. I just kind of feel like you should always be trying to get... Like, if you think about Dota, your entire goal is to progress towards the enemy side of the map. And as a hero like Techies, where you can actually say, hey, other team, you're not allowed to come into this part of the map. You should try to restrict their area as soon as humanly possible, because that gives you a lot more space to get farm, gives your team a lot more space to get farm. So you've already forced them out of the lane. I don't really see any point in mining behind you, unless you're planning on getting ganked and having to run away. But I feel like if you just were to go ahead and mine like over here constantly and over here and on their shrine, like you can just kill them before they can even come pressure you. But again, I don't play Techies, so I'm just kind of talking.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree. I think like from somebody who plays against Techies, the most annoying thing about that hero is the fact that he just denies an entire area from you.
Yeah.
That you can't go. So like the deeper that you can put stuff, definitely the better. Just because that means the enemy team, like, it goes back to the warding thing that we were talking about earlier. The closer to the enemy base, the more area it denies because they have to funnel out from their base.
Yep. And also remember, like, your remote mines are essentially like shitty versions of a ward. So you can actually get vision like really deep with them. You get aggressive. These don't give you any vision at all. They're just kind of there as a defensive last resort.
All right, we've kind of covered this one a lot.
All right, let's go to the next replay.
That one we focused a little more on laning, so let's see. Tractor. We covered the position. Do we cover Kefka?
No, I don't think so.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, where's Orifex with this nice organizational spreadsheet?
He gave up on that, dude. Orifex is done. He went to Game Leap. He's supporting them now.
Why, man?
Jayawari. Jaoni. That's what I'm gonna call you. You don't. I'm not. Why is it different? What's the difference? Jaoni. That's Mr. Golden voice. Fuck, he has a nice voice, doesn't he? Jesus Christ. Thinking about it makes me get goosebumps. You know, I'm getting a little frisky.
I did not know whether my partner would be a core support. Man, you're just so like socially aware. Calling laning girlfriend or boyfriend your laning partner instead is very 2019. I like that a lot.
Well, I prefer significant other because partnership implies that you're not polygamous. It implies monogamy, and that's something that kind of offends me because I'm into polygamy. Okay. At least, yeah. So you just, partner is just really fucking rude and offensive. Just
what if it's partner like in brackets S? It's
no, because there's only one partnership. At least that's the way that I define the word, and the way that I define the word is what matters.
Okay.
So I'm the one that's offended. So
I see.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I mean that's can't even. It's straight blessed. Not very sus. Pretty thick. It's a thirst trap.
Oh my god, I didn't even know what you were saying for a second. It's like, oh, you're doing the millennial slang. That's what it is. Jesus Christ.
Hey, there's a techie in this one too. Yay. Surprisingly not played by Jaoni, because he usually likes to play techies.
God damn it. What's with alchemists and being techies players?
I mean,
I
they just
hate
want
that hero.
they just want to transmute people's fun video game experience into a
Just something
soul-sucking
awful.
trash state of being.
Jesus. Okay. Let's give this a gander. We can go like relatively quick just because we've been kind of at it for a while.
Yeah, we've been kind of just like straight memes in this one.
We-
The fact that there's people still watching us at this point is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. What can you do? Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at Omni Knight. Looks like you are playing is it support Omni Knight with an offlane Techies Pudge? Is that what's happening?
Jesus Christ.
This is a really fucked up draft, by the way.
Yeah.
I would
Who's
say
made-
based on your draft, you guys have about like a 2% chance of winning this game.
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
Yeah. They have Naga, Siren, and Shadow Demon too versus Techies. Like they just kill all the mines with
Yeah.
illusions.
Yeah.
Omni too. Omni's not like a great pause 5. He needs experience and he needs some farm, I think. He's not like Abaddon,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And as a pause 5, I would probably not show the lane with like 4 branches. I'd probably buy a bunch of mangoes because the job should be to healing your brow.
Who
And
bought all
other
the
than
words
that,
and stuff?
I don't really know what you do. I guess you can kind of body like an ogre to some extent, like an undying for a little bit, but then you're gonna run out of mana and then you're like a creep.
It looks like you're going to be bodying like a Monkey King or a Shadow Demon or
Clockwork.
a Clock or a Lion. Like none of those heroes really. They're either ranged heroes or
Way better than you
Sure.
in melee range.
Yeah. like Clockwork spell at level 1 does like 800 damage or something over the entire duration. It's stupid.
Yeah. Basically, this is not a good game to be playing an aggressive bodying Omni Knight. This is
Yeah.
like this is Jenkins or Cupe mode Pudge style lane where you literally just sit in the trees, try to leech as little experience as possible, and just pull every single fucking wave and just get your farm.
It's so dumb that that's the way you have to play Pudge. But I would say Omni's the same. Like the reason people do that on Pudge is because he's useless in the laning stage. So yeah, like this is gonna be rough.
This
You
trade
can't
is,
even.
yeah, this trade is never going to be good.
Oh, the courier!
Courier, rip.
Oh, Joni.
I mean, so you actually took
no.
a decent trade against the clock, but you also lost the courier.
Because the creeps. Good time to trade when there's a huge creep wave like that.
Yeah.
Jeez, losing the courier though. Look at the gold lead.
Yeah, that's the rip and pepperonis.
Yeah.
This needs to be pulled back
You guys are pushing the lane into them, yeah.
45 seconds
That's-
ago.
Also, I feel like what's the regen situation for them? Because now you have no regen. You can't keep doing that.
Yeah, they've got plenty.
SD has Windlace.
First blood.
Okay, you're Mirana. First blood at a Monkey King. Cool. You're going to get the rune. Place a ward. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
Oh no, you didn't get the rune. 2 minutes. You got to go for the rune timing, Joni.
Yeah, you and Trubs. You're gonna live, but you're still in Trubs.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to walk all the way back to base or Sudoku yourself.
Or TP.
See, that's the problem though. Is now there's like a minute out of this lane where you are not in the lane, but it wasn't even like a good trade that you got where
Why
And then
was your
guys-
Mirana even in this bottom lane? What the fuck?
I don't know.
3
I don't
minutes into
know.
the game and both mid players are in the bottom lane. What?
Wait, why did Mirana go there?
I think they both went for the double damage rune and just fought in the bottom lane. One of them picked up the double damage in the bottom lane to gank for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine in the mid lane. People do that a lot these days.
Not this time.
Gank the side lanes.
I feel like 3 minutes in with the double damage, you just win the mid lane though.
Yeah. You're not unless you have no purpose being in the mid lane, but they're both doing fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like the big problem to start this was like total lack of regen. Like you could not keep trading with these people just because of the regen situation. And then you kind of enter the lane again with a lack of regen. So now you're just useless again.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
just like a creep.
yeah. Now you literally have 30 HP.
Just need more regen, honestly. Like I don't think Omni 5 is particularly good, but you just need more regen if you're going to do this.
Yeah. And I also think that you really need to just focus on pulling. Like, your hero's really good with levels. Extremely good with levels. And right
But
now...
useless without them.
Yeah, so bad when you're just kind of doing nothing and getting under-leveled. So I think if you just spent the entire lane pulling, like, basically every wave and just doing pull-through over and over and over, not only are you going to give your drow a much better lane because there's going to be people trying to contest the pulls and not contesting your drow's farm, but if they don't do that, then suddenly you become just as farmed as everybody else in this lane, if not more so, and you end up having
an actual hero.
Yeah, you become an actual hero with items.
They killed you there, by the way, because you didn't have enough regen. Like you're sitting at 10% HP because you have no choice.
Yeah,
you don't have regen, and that's the only reason they killed you there. If they make that rotation and you're sitting at 100% or 90% or even 80%, they don't even kill you.
Yeah, I mean, what's the purpose of this? This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you just TP'd back to lane, you have no way to get back to base, and you run up and immediately burn all of your mana. And you're probably going to burn most of your HP here because you're just like tanking a bunch of creeps and heroes. So now suddenly you're basically a creep again because you have no mana. You have no mana, and if you take some damage, then you're in the same position over and over and over. So this just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you think about the lane logically, what do I need to do to make sure my drow has a good game? And so far, I haven't seen anything happen to do that.
I would say, like, I mean, you're trading with them is, like, causing your drow to get CS, but, like, let's look at the net worth. So, like, okay, so your drow's doing pretty well, but the Clockwork's also doing pretty well, the Lion's doing pretty well, and the Shadow Demon's doing way better. Like, they don't have a 5. Like, it looks like they don't have a 5 because their supports are doing really well. I think with the way that you're playing this, it's actually fine. I really think that if you have more regen and you do this, then it's good. It's just that when you trade with people at this point in the game and you've already given them a few deaths, a few kills, like they have bottles, they have the shrine available, like they have all of this regen. The whole point of trading is like to out damage their regen, and you want to have more regen than they have or more damage than they have in regen. It's just a battle of like math.
And it's with the purpose of having access to the creeps. It's not just for the sake of getting them low. It's for
you're trading the regen. You're trading the regen for creeps, basically. That's what you're doing. You're trading regen for creeps. But you don't have regen, so you're essentially just like, okay, one of us is gonna die here, and like every time it's been you.
Yeah, and you don't even have access to the creeps because the creep wave is pushed into their tower all the time. Like, the whole point of having regen is so that you can put your body between the other team and the creeps. And if the creeps are under the tower, you can't even do that. So you have to pull the lane first.
Okay, I just realized that Joni was saying he didn't know if he. This is why he said he didn't know if he was playing core or support. So that's why I picked Omni, which makes sense. But I still think, yeah, in terms of like a crash course on supporting, if you're one of these weird support heroes, the answer is almost always pulling. Like the way you want a 5 roll, it's pretty easy. It's like hit the enemies, tower push it, or wave pushes to their tower, pull. Hit the enemies, wave pushes to their tower, pull. Bounty runes spawn. Leave a safe lane ward, push the lane out, get the bounty runes, put a ward mid, gank mid. Go back to the lane if you're needed. Otherwise, go to the top lane probably and play with your 2 other heroes. And then leave your carry to their own devices. Like that's essentially support every time. What you're doing right now is the right idea, except you should be doing that earlier, and creeps should be hitting the creeps instead of you. Like what you're basically deciding in this game, what you've decided is like, oh fuck, I need stuff. Like I need to get levels. I need to be stronger, and that's what, like, before you can contribute, and that's what creeps let you do. Pulling, I should say, lets you do. Like anytime you don't know what to do as a support, pulling is almost always the option.
Yes.
Unless the creep equilibrium's like perfectly right in front of your tower and the carry is free farming it, then that's when it's not the option.
Yep.
But if that is not the case, pulling is almost always the option.
Yep.
Now you're just super far behind, and it's like really hard to play.
Yeah, this game is almost impossible for you to have impact in at this point, just because, like we said, Omni's a hero that needs levels and experience and items for that matter. He's not a hero that really functions well at all as a super poor support, especially because Heavenly Grace is no longer a free BKB. Before, when it was, you could probably get away with it, but at this point, probably not.
Yep.
All right, next replay.
Kefka, we got a newbie. We got a first timer in here. 3.7k position 5 disruptor. So not that bad MMR actually. This is decently high. This is a legend game maybe. Oh no, Joni's legend. What's your MMR, Joni's? Joni's like 3.5k, right? Something like that.
I think Legend 2 is probably like 3.2, something like that.
3.2k. Oh, okay.
3.7.
Okay.
It's this one.
So pretty decent.
Should
Closer
be
to 4K is when
yeah.
you're getting okay. You're okay at 4K. Because even at like 6K, you're pretty shit. That's the thing.
Are you though? Or are you just really good, but compared to pros, you suck?
No, I think like MMR is exponential. Like people get exponentially better, so you're still pretty shit.
Fair enough.
I think when you're like getting close to top 100, you're getting like acceptably good. Like when you're like 7k MMR, I'd say that's when you're like pretty good at Dota. Like the latest trends and stuff.
Sure.
All right, so we're looking at our boy on Disruptor, I believe.
Position 5 Disruptor. Yep. Position 5 Disruptor.
Jesus Christ, souls. The shit that he's typing. Oh my god. It's like a mad.
Going ham about techies.
He's the fucking exact type of person you'd expect to be a techie spammer, These weirdos, man. RoboVice, souls, they're just fucking weird guys. That's always techies players.
Yep.
I mean, same thing goes for Pudge spammers, don't get me wrong. It's just a different kind of weird. Pudge spammers are always just goofy guys. Don't give a fuck about anything. They don't care about winning. They just want to have a fun game.
Not even remotely true. I'd say 80% of Pudge players that I run into pubs are extremely toxic.
That's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
That's total fucking bullshit.
I'd say 90% of the people that pick Pudge in pub games are toxic players. And
You're
they
racist,
pick,
man.
They pick Pudge because they don't want to play support.
You're racist, man, against us Pudge players, asshole.
I mean, I'm just speaking facts right now.
Okay. Facts. Okay, so you fight the rune. Who got the rune? I can't see. For some reason, it's super blurry this time.
Sven did.
Sven got the rune. Okay, cool.
Stun Doom, install the rune. That's good.
Good stuff. Okay. All right, you're a support player. You take the lead on this one. I have to take a big giant leak right now. I've been drinking multiple teas. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Sure, whatever, man. We don't need Jenkins anyway, right? Yeah, you can't hear shit. Yeah, so I think this is good. You definitely want to go find the Doom and just harass him as much as possible. Pulling this range creep to you is not good, but that's what happens. Basically, you want to be keeping an eye on your creep wave too, because you need to know when these creeps are coming so that you know where to position yourself to not tank them and not pull them, because you don't want to be pushing the wave by tanking any hits from the enemy creeps at all. Now, when a second hero shows up, you need to check their regen. So far, you haven't clicked on either of the heroes, and that's important because you have a finite amount of mana, so you want to make sure that you're harassing a hero that has the least amount of survivability, because how do you get rid of two heroes in lane? You harass one of them out of the lane. Chances are it's not going to be the Doom. I think your hero is pretty terrible against the Doom, actually.
Well, yeah, I always piss on the toilet seat just because my dick is so small.
Because he has so much regen that it's really hard to actually harass him out of lane, and so you basically end up just wasting your mana by harassing the Doom. So now Pudge is in lane, you need to click on him. You need to see he has 3 tangos and a fairy fire. That means that if you just Thunderstrike him like 2 or 3 times, he's going to have no regen left, and then suddenly he's going to have to leave the lane. So, yeah, click on the enemy heroes when they show so that you can actually know what you're supposed to be doing.
Good advice. Good advice. You never. I don't know if this is what you're saying, but you don't know like whether or not you should trade or pull or whatever if you don't see the regen, because all of your decisions in the lane should be based off the regen.
Yes.
Because it's a regen battle. That's what the lanes are. It's a battle of regen.
Yep.
That's why everybody buys it to start. That's why people don't just start with like all the efficient like stat items to start.
Yep. Unless you're
regen's not very efficient. Like if you're not doing like the whole regen battle and trading thing, if you're just looking to out CS people, then like you literally just buy all stat items.
Yep.
Why do you think in the mid lane that's what people do? Because it's so hard to harass people in the mid lane because the towers are so close together. So you have free access to the courier. So it's just all about last lane. So you go for the most efficient like stat items. That's why mid lane is the only lane that goes for like null tallies and shit still.
Yeah. Okay, so you're putting a lot of harass into this Doom, and in this particular scenario, it's good because he doesn't have any points in Devour, which is awful. But any other Doom who has any idea how to play the hero, this would be awful. You would want to be just harassing the Pudge because you can't
zero armor.
Yeah. You
It's
can't
okay.
out damage Devour regen with the Disruptor, so don't even try. Save your mana for more important stuff.
You have to either like kill him or kill somebody or like harass somebody else.
Yeah.
There's not even a point.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like as a support, when you're kind of in this spot, you don't have anything to pull. You can look to go stack. You do have a Sven on your team who can clear stacks. You can also just kind of position yourself like over here. Just try and keep an eye on the Pudge. Be a moving ward if you have nothing else to do. Give your team information where this Pudge hero is, because Pudge is obviously a very scary hero to play against pubs because he shows up, he kills you, suddenly he's snowballing. It's really annoying to play against. So if you don't feel like you necessarily can harass them, which you can't, and there is no pull, and there's no good way to go stack, then just provide your team with vision. I think that's an incredibly underrated way to play supports. Is just position yourself in a way that gives your team information.
I was gonna say I really like that courier usage because it's the 3-minute mark, so the courier was just upgraded to a flying courier, so it's fast now. And then you send a ward, which will give vision to the Pudge and protect your Sven.
Yep.
And then also you send the clarity to keep you in the lane. That's definitely really great. Was the pull blocked? Is that why it's not there?
No, it was just cleared a little bit late.
Oh, okay.
A little bit late for a spawn. That was all.
Yeah.
So it spawned again. Unfortunately, this is just going to double wave though because this camp has been cleared, so you have no pull through. So now you're going to be stuck in another situation where you don't actually have a pull for a couple. I think
actually with this camp, if you click your creeps, it will kill the creep wave.
Yeah, because
you have to click the creeps because of the healer and because it does piercing damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you helped out here, you could actually deny like the whole wave.
Yeah, but that's just a really important thing to think about as a support. It's one of the kind of like little minutia that you only learn by playing a lot of support, is that
it's fine to double wave right now though because the bounties are spawning.
Yeah, it is, but just in general, you shouldn't get in a habit of just like pulling on autopilot. You should be thinking,
yeah, I agree.
Do I have a pull through camp? Is there any way that I could stack this camp first? Is it better for me to stack this camp first because they're contesting the hard camp pull or the pull through? I think there's a lot of like decision that goes into pulling. It's not just like, oh, well, okay, here comes the wave and I'm pulling.
But I do want to say, like, whether or not you're doing that on purpose or by accident, just the timing matched up.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. Single pull on the bounty rune spawn.
However, they didn't actually go get any of the rune. So
yeah, that's unfortunate. That is definitely unfortunate. Honestly, maybe even like a little earlier, you double wave. Like you want the lane to already be pushed out, so you would want to hit the creeps. You would want to hit the creeps and make it go push into the enemy team.
Either that, or you can double wave at the 4-minute spawn, like the 4:15 pull instead of the 4:45 pull.
Yeah,
and then the lane would be up for the bounty runes. But good pull through. That's good. definitely what you want to be doing at this point because you're not ready to pressure the tower. Doom is too strong for your Sven to kill. So yeah, this is a lane state where pretty much you just want to be getting your level 6. So
I think Sven is one of the few heroes where you can just chain pull too. Like
Yeah.
you can just keep chain pulling because like he's gonna push the wave anyway.
Yep.
So like literally, honestly, stack chain pulling would be amazing. Like you can stack the hard camp as well, and then just chain pull through. Like this hero will continuously farm, and then he'll eventually farm the stack.
Yep.
Like this hero plays really reminiscent to like back when, they first changed the safe lane such that it was safe again. Basically, I don't remember exactly what patch that was, but everybody was literally just stacking. I think it was when they were buffing stacks or something like that. Everybody was just stacking and pushing the lane and stacking and push like pulling and pushing stack like that sort of shit. Where it's just like you try to get as much farm as you can and just ignore the enemy team's farm. Where you just constantly chain pull. Oh no, it was back. It was back when they changed it so that denies like completely fucked you over. Like took away 70% of XP. That's when people were doing this. So you'd literally just pick a carry like Sven or Luna that can farm the entire wave, and then just chain pull, and then the offlaner would be like level 1 at like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what Sven. That's like the reason that Sven and Luna were picked in that meta is because that's what they do. So if you have them in your game, they still do that. That's still what you want to do with them.
Yep. And I think that it's still a good tool to have if you are a hero like Disruptor who's really, really good with levels and you have a carry like Sven who has kill potential, but probably not a lot of kill potential with you at this point in the game. And so you might as well just try and get level 6 as quickly as possible because once your hero is level 6, he's completely different. He like actually can win team fights for your team.
Then you're not soaking from your Sven either if you're pulling. Like that's the great thing is Sven just getting solo lane experience. He's gonna be such a problem. Ooh, hey Sven, come take this stack.
Yep. I do like this ward. This is a really nice ward to keep track of Meepo farming.
Love it. Gank mid, but unfortunately it's a Meepo, so he just hits jungle.
Yeah, it's not even there. So spending a lot of time here. See if it pays off. I guess is you probably don't have enough damage to kill him.
I don't think so.
Unless he
maybe
displays like that, but pretty hard to rely on that.
I think you could just run, but anyway, I mean, it's still fine to go for it. If you just bully him a little bit, it's like, it's still nice to take a little bit of a dip in each one of the pools, so to speak.
Definitely. As far as rotating from top to mid to bottom, I think it's okay, but
I think it's fine because you don't want to be.
I guess you do have very good kill potential in this lane, so this is a fine rotation.
You don't really like. This is where the laning stage ends.
Yeah.
So what you probably want to do now is like take a lane and get level 6, or like run at bot and kill people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Bot looks hard. Oh wait, Axe is on your team. Bot looks easy.
Yeah, they have Axe, Grimstroke, and a Disruptor. They should be just murdering people constantly.
Yeah, you can go murder people, definitely. So what you want to do is you want to take like the bot tower, and then you want to smoke through their jungle and ward and try to kill the Meepo with the Axe.
Yep.
Like your Axe is the Meepo killer this game. And then all of that is just space for your Sven.
Yep. And then once your Sven gets way stronger than Meepo, because you've been shutting down the Meepo and drawing all the enemy heroes to defend the Meepo on their side of the map, then your Sven can just solo carry the game because he owns Meepo really hard.
The really awkward thing about a Doom is like you can't leave it like a carry alone against Sven or against Doom just gets doomed.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate, but that means he just goes in jungles. That's why Doom is like such a good hero right now. That's literally why he's good. One of the reasons.
Okay, so you guys are smoking to kill the Meepo, and well, this is good. I don't love the fact that you did it while this lane was already pushing into your tower, because now you're giving a Juggernaut who was completely owned by laning against the Axe. Look how fucking destroyed he was. He's now hitting level 6. He's getting some free farm, and it's pretty telegraphed because nobody's defending this tower at all. Gonna work out, but I think maybe one person should be staying down here to deep push. But I guess if you have TPs, it's okay. Then
Did
just-
Miko die? He did die.
Yep.
I would really focus on objectives right now. Like all of these ganks don't matter if you're not getting objectives from them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's just kills.
It just feels
it's
like you're
just
running from
kills.
one kill to the next, but you're not really accomplishing anything off of those at
Like
all.
you need to be taking map control from the kills that you're getting. That's the point of getting the kills.
Yeah.
Like that's why I think you guys should just go bot and just kill people bot so you can get the tower.
Yep.
Because it's the easiest tower to take. And then if you go mid, because the bot tower is not there, you can take the mid tower really easily.
Yep. Agreed.
Like there are so many games that I've seen where you just immensely regret at like the 25-minute mark. It's like, fuck, we have no tier 1s and now the game is over. Well, wish we could have gotten them when we were strong. Well, you're strong and you're killing people, but you're just it's like basically you're like winning a reward and you're doing all of the actions to get the reward and you're not taking the reward.
Yeah.
Like you're being gifted something and you're just like, "Oh, I'll just leave it wrapped." It's like, "No, dude, there's like an iPod S in there or something. I don't know. Like there's a brand new thing in there and you're not taking it."
No,
Like,
it legit is. It's like you've done all the work. It's like you've done all the work all year long. You have your taxes, you pay your taxes in, and there's like a refund of like $3,000 on your taxes, but you're just like, no, I'm good.
That's fine. I'm good.
I just wanted to spend all day doing my taxes, but not get any money back from it. No, it's right there sitting for me.
Yeah, that's always something that I say in coaching is that like you're putting in the work, take the rewards for it. Like you're playing good right now.
Yeah.
You're playing really well. It's just that you need to make these kills transition into towers. You might be thinking, "Oh, I'm a disruptor. Like how do I do that?" You put a ward behind the tower, you ping the tower, and you just stay in that lane. That's what you do.
And
Like you just occupy that area and your team will eventually be drawn there. And if they aren't, you push the lane in yourself and do it. Get a meteor hammer if your team are idiots. That's fine.
Like you put a word here, you put a word here, and then you just live here. And even if your team goes over here in jungles, you grab the creep
Look at
wave.
the damage on the tower. Look, it's like
It's full HP.
missing up 1%.
Ridiculous.
Jesus.
You grab the creep wave and you run the creep wave over to this camp, and then the creeps die off to this camp. Your creeps push the tower. You don't even have to have a meter hammer. You can do this at like 4 minutes into the game. Force them out of the lane, cut their creep wave, and you allow your creeps to push the tower for you. That's how you do it.
Yep.
All right.
So who wins this one?
Who cares?
Doesn't
No, I'm just
matter.
kidding.
Doesn't matter.
Kidding. The Meepo team wins, of course.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I would say you had an opening to win that game.
Yeah, Sven finished 1-8 because he probably started rotating way too early because nobody was actually making space.
It's not his fault if he has no map to farm. Like if you're not taking towers, he has no map to farm.
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of kills, and then you didn't actually open the map up, so he ended up just being stuck in his lane and feeling like he had to rotate to these fights without actually having any farm.
Shut up.
Mom, he's being mean to me again!
Okay. Jorge, hey, we got Jorge.
Holy fuck, how long have we been streaming for?
A long time.
Only 2 hours. It feels like it's been like 7 hours.
I know, dude, we're getting old. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get a Red Bull. That's what I'm gonna do. I need to wake up. I've been feeling tired lately. I've been going to the gym. I went to the gym yesterday, but now I feel, if you don't go to the gym for a few weeks, and you start feeling, what is it called, onset muscle soreness?
DOMS, delayed onset muscles.
Delayed onset, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. So it's like I went to the gym, which is great because we're back into the swing of things now. But then it's like now I'm hurting and I feel old and tired because my shit hurts. Because that's like your punishment. That's like the slap in the face for not going to the gym. It's like, you haven't been going to the gym? Here's fucking DOMS. Deal with it, bitch.
Yeah,
You can also injure yourself too if you don't work your way back in.
I don't even know what that means because I haven't been to the gym in like 2 years. Been a fucking lazy slob.
Dude, you gotta get these, man. You gotta get these. This shit has been like the best purchase of my life. And I got a bench press. GG. That's the Canadian Craigslist. $100.
I literally have a squat rack in my yard.
There you go.
Really shitty weather.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the problem. Outside, you live in Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be great weather all the time.
Wow.
Here, it's like every other day it rains or snow. Oh my God, yes. Okay, well, since Jorge likes to submit winning replays, we're going to fucking shit on him. One sec, I'm getting a Red Bull for
We're
this.
going to skip to the end, too, because I don't want to watch this shit laning stage. This is all about 5 bloodstones.
Dire's bottom
Oh my god, look at the items.
All
Oh, you haven't died at all, so you just have 14 bloodstone charges on every bloodstone. Let me go ahead and crack open this cool, crisp Red Bull.
All right, I'm just gonna watch this one from showcase perspective. There's no point in actually analyzing the replay.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's very trippy. I'm gonna give somebody epilepsy for sure.
Well,
All right, so what do we
Yeah.
see here?
he's got a pretty nice ass for a kind of fat guy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Dude, I find myself at the gym staring at everybody's asses. Like, guys, girls, old people, fat people. Like, they all have nice asses at the gym.
Cool.
I don't know, dude.
Ow. Making my brain hurt watching this.
Oh. Jesus, look at the mana regen. What?
213. Unbelievable.
You know, the fucked up thing is actually you'd rather have like a bottle than one of those bloodstones. That's the dumb thing about this.
I mean, it's just dumb that this is a build that actually works.
No, people aren't doing this build. People are going to bloodstones and orchid and because there's like diminishing returns on getting more and more bloodstones. Because if you look at the cost of it,
Dude,
It doesn't-
that is the funniest shit. You made that video on the shittiest items, and one of the comments was, "Bloodstone's not bad when you have 2 or 3 of them." It's like it's literally so bad that you need to buy the same item 3 times for it to be useful.
It's so dumb. You know what they need to do with it? They need to just make it so it gives you like 400% mana regen or 300%, and then just make it not stack with itself. Like, that's all they need to do, and then it's actually a decent item. But like, when this is the only build you can do to make Bloodstone viable on Storm, it's just fucking dumb. Like, even when I say, like, come on, Jorge, 4 Bloodstones, that's excessive. People only go 3. Like, think about what I'm saying. You want 4 Bloodstones. You should go 3. Yeah, dude, 3 Daedalus is the play. Like, imagine for any other item saying that.
Yeah. Unless you're Kunkka, maybe.
Yeah. But you know, people go for like people go for Yule Scepter a lot on Storm because it's the best cost for mana item. People go for like Orchid. People go for Sheepstick. A lot of items that just are going to be amplified by that Bloodstone 200%, which of course stacks.
Right.
And the problem is, like, if you die once, all of your Bloodstones lose charges. So, and you can't get them back unless you delete Bloodstones. Like, you get a kill, it only adds 1 charge to 1 Bloodstone.
You'd have to drop all of your bloodstones except for 1 every time you're about to get a kill. Just drop them on the ground and then kill. Like that's how you could get charges on other ones.
But there's no point because it's the same as charges on one of them. Like,
Yep.
there's no point. It's just that when you like dying is so incredibly bad with this build.
Yeah.
And I think you can generally do this with like 2 bloodstones in a bottle because bottle gives you so much regen that's amplified. Bottle regen is amplified by the bloodstone 200%, by the way, in case you're wondering. So it's way, way better to just have a bottle and 2 bloodstones and then go for actually useful items.
Right.
Like Orchid and Yules. And Orchid and Yules, like, they're still giving you regen. Like, if you have 200% times 200% regen, actually, I think it's additive. So that would be, 400% regen. You're still 400%ing, like, 5 regen from an Orchid. So you're getting 20 regen from that. That's still a lot. But then you... Or did I say Orchid? I mean Yules. I meant Yules.
Yeah, you said
Orchid.
Yules the first time and then Orchid the
Oh.
second time.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
yeah, Yules is good.
got
it
300
is.
mana regen. Who cares? I don't care about this replay. I don't give a shit about this replay.
Am I making the game harder than it should be? Yes! Yes, you are! Yes, you are, Jorge. Just get less bloods. 2 bloodstones is fine, but it's excessive to go for 5. Believe me, I've tried the fucking Storm. I've tried that shit, man. All right, we got David. Here.
How many replays do we have left?
Just this one and then another one from Souls.
Okay.
He's linking a lot of replays, for fuck's sakes. He's really getting his money's worth here right now. Oh, typical Techies player.
Trying to make our life miserable, just like he makes
Yeah.
all of his games miserable.
It's like Hockillionaire with the really specific questions, like the essay questions.
Please write a doctorate thesis on all of the specific combos you could possibly run as safe lane supports to an offlaner when you're playing as the safe laner with the offlaner because you're doing a lane swap because you're against specifically this hero and this hero.
Okay, so Donnie, I had a stroke and I'm missing a certain part of my brain, and it's been kind of rewiring in other different components of my brain. So can you give me a list of heroes that would be good, given that I don't have my well, let me see, what part of the brain is it? Parts of brain. Given that I don't have my cerebrum working, like what are the best heroes for non-cerebral? Did I pick the one part that like you can't live without? Oh no, that's a cerebellum.
Your cerebrum.
Oh, cerebrum's like that's
like
your entire
whole brain.
Well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot for me, man. Yeah, so my brain stem is broken. I just want to know what the best offlaners are to play. We're giving Hockillionaire so much shit. I know what he's asking for when he's asking for that. It's just so funny to give him shit. He loves it. He's Australian, so he calls me a cunt all the time and shit. You know.
Nice.
He likes it. He likes being the piss taken out of him.
Starting items.
All right.
I almost always prefer 2 sets of tangos, but
I think the starting items are pretty good. You have the mango for dropping healing ward. You have a little bit of HP regen. You're saving for the quelling blade. What MMR is David now?
like ancient something.
Oh, he's ancient. Okay.
Oh no,
What was
Legend 5.
Okay, David, are you around? Are you around in chat? Can you tell me? Oh, yeah, David's here. What MMR were you when you first started submitting replays? This is just for my ego here. I just want to know. You're 3.7K. What was your MMR when you first started like interacting with us? Because that was a while ago, right? That like we've been doing David's replays for what? A few months now? Donnie muted his mic, so 3.1K. Okay, that's a good increase. That's like an entire bracket. That's good shit. What's going on with Donnie? Yo, D, what up? What up, D? Donnie? What are you doing? What's going on here, dude? You're muted.
All right, I'm here.
What was that?
I
What
think
was
I did
that?
Something.
Your dog pooing on the floor?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh shit, I would be laughing. Your dogs are good boys, aren't they? They
Yeah.
wouldn't poo on the floor.
No.
My dog would shit on the floor just to fuck with me. She's an asshole. Would you believe that my dog's an asshole?
I can't possibly imagine how that's possible.
She's really loving though, but she's an asshole. She's like a loving asshole. She just likes fucking with people.
All right, so what are we talking about?
We are talking about just the concept of like celibacy and why it's cool to be a virgin in 2019.
Sure, man, it's a choice. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna choose to lift a rock that's so heavy that I can't lift it. She said I can do whatever I want. Excuse me, sir, that's logically impossible. You're just saying a fallacy.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, let's watch this replay, okay, man?
I don't know what's
Okay.
going on.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, nice. Ooh, did you just deny that range creep right in front of your face?
I think so. You should be yelling at your shadow demon to get a sentry ward.
Yeah.
Or just buy
I
on
would say-
yourself, to be honest.
Yeah, you can definitely like. Okay, so once you get level
Oh,
3
you do
against
have one, but
Underlord,
it's over here. Why is your sentry ward over there?
dewarding, I guess. So I would say like once you get level 3 against Underlord, the play is honestly to just like spin on him. You
Yeah.
just keep spinning on him. You guys are actually doing pretty well. Like, yeah, Jugg's you want to just spin on him and then go jungle. Spin on him, go jungle.
Yeah.
And your support can pull. Like, you don't really just lane passively against an Underlord. He wins that 100% of the time. But your heroes are counter to him. Like, I would honestly just go spin on the Underlord right now.
Yeah.
Your support's not there, so you need to be a little careful. But yeah, I would say probably one sort of minor mistake in this game, and forgive me if I'm like reaching too far, is that it seems a little bit like you use the spin to like secure kills, and that's something that has changed with Juggernaut in the past few years. Is that people will typically use a lot of these like abilities that would used to be used to get kills to harass. Like people, for example, are using like Pudge Hook to harass. People are using what's it called? Oracle Q to harass. People use Spin to harass. So even if you don't do damage, or even if you don't kill the Underlord, you'll still get him to like 10% HP with the Spin, and then you'll push the wave into him too. And then you're not taking damage from his Firestorm over time. Like he's playing the lane that he wants. If you're not just spinning on him every single time it's up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not every time you use a spell it has to be for a kill. Like, if you get him low, that's essentially getting a kill because he's not going to be getting CS and contesting you. So, like, if he's at 30% health, it's just as good as if he's not in the lane at all for the most part.
Yep. Agreed.
But yeah, I would just be like, hey, Shadow Demon, go disrupt this guy. Let's kill him right now. Just continue to talk to your Shadow Demon. Go kill this guy right now. Ping him. Kill this guy right now. Right now. Be Eternal Envy about it. And if your Shadow Demon doesn't listen to you and doesn't go disrupt him and set you up for a bunch of kills with
He's
Spin,
right fucking down mid.
then just tell him to get out of your lane.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of time they'll be like, whatever, man, you don't know I'm supporting. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to go jungle. You can be the carry. And that's what you do.
Yep.
Like, legitimately.
I'm the curry now.
Legitimately, if your support refuses to listen to you when you're trying to just help you win the lane, then you can just leave the lane and go jungle.
Yeah, it's better to do that than to just
Play a losing lane that you should be winning. Like, that's actually the worst thing you can do is just sit in this lane and just hope that your Shadow Demon is somehow going to change his mind about listening to you.
I'd say really, like, it's just the spinning thing. Just spinning for harass that I would suggest in this lane. See, when you have a free lane like this, because you have a tri lane, then it's fine to keep the lane equilibrium somewhere. Yeah, this guy's just dead. Yep. Pretty typical tri-lane stuff going on. Okay, let's skip past. Let's go to the mid
Did
game.
they lose this game? They did.
They did.
They
Let's
lost this game very badly, actually.
Ursa was owning.
And the Wyvern was 7-0 and 23. What the hell?
Yeah, apparently Wyvern's like a fucking god.
All right. So, Yasha drums, phase.
Pretty typical Jugg stuff.
Yeah, you've got a Pugna, you've got a Timber Sauce. You don't really need to be a wave pusher so much, which is why not going Battle Fury is fine. I still think the Battle Fury is an okay item on Jugg. I know a lot of people don't buy it, but I think if you need to push waves, there's no better item to buy on the hero.
I honestly haven't tried the new Battle Fury since the nerfs, so I don't know how shit it feels to get it.
I don't think it feels any different, to be honest.
So it doesn't. Okay. It's just hard to say without. I don't play any heroes that build Battle Fury ever. So.
Yeah. Okay. Good. TP to the other lane. Don't go farm that camp. I would push the wave. I wouldn't be farming the small camp right now.
Yeah, the camps will be there when you get
Ooh,
back. Like,
yikes! Now you're running back into like deeper, safer part of your jungle when you see the entire enemy team. That's like a complete no.
that's a big mistake. Yeah, that's like the biggest mistake we've seen so far. Like there are times where I'll be Necrophos and I'll death pulse a camp as I'm walking by, and I literally will continue walking to a creep to the lane.
Yep.
And then I'll just come back and farm like you can hit it as you run by, but you want to push the lane first, and then you can come back and the camp will still be there.
Yeah, and let me explain this in another way. So, like, you ran over here, you farm these camps. If you had pushed this wave up here, sure, the Underlord shows up. But the Underlord shows up, you could just bully him out of lane with your spin. Because that's what your hero can do to this hero. I mean, maybe he doesn't get super bullied, but you can definitely pressure him or not really care that he's there. And you can just continue farming this wave. Then somebody else shows up, and then you can just spin TP back over here or run away. But you basically went up here, you put no pressure on this side of the map, and then you just ran back to the side of the map where your entire team is, and the whole other team is still here. So you basically constricted yourself voluntarily from getting more farm. And now you're in a place where your team kind of has to like...
Well,
you
Underlord's
have this
pressuring
farm.
top now. Like,
Yeah.
He would not be able to pressure your top. Now you're like, oh fuck the tower. Now they're pressuring it. Now they're all up there. They could have 2 less waves up there.
Yeah, and look how inefficient this is too, because you did this, now you're like, okay, well, I was already over here, so I'm not going to go back to that tower because I just ran all the way away from that tower. So now your whole team is literally running from the opposite side of the map to this tower. And none of them are getting farm. None of them are accomplishing anything other than just like walking to a tower that you probably are not even going to be able to defend because it's taking so goddamn long to get here. So by this move happening where you ran here and then ran back without actually putting any pressure on this side of the map has basically wasted 2 minutes for your entire team.
This is kind of the old play that the old way that people would play carry, where you just jungle and ignore everything that's happening.
Yeah.
But carries have gotten a lot better. Like carries do a really good job these days of farming, and the way that they contribute is by farming as well as causing lane pressure by pushing in waves. Like it's incredibly important that if you want to play carry at a high level, that you're looking to do it in a way that both maximizes your farm, but also maximizes your team's farm on the map by pushing waves in safely. So a lot of the time that involves like cutting waves, that involves taking opportunities to push waves when they're actually there. Like that opportunity top, for example, it went away pretty quickly. So farming 2 camps is actually all that it takes before that area is inaccessible again.
Yep.
So you could have gotten a lot in that moment, and you just didn't because you're focusing on getting your own farm, which is good, but that's half of the battle.
Yeah.
So you want to focus on maximizing those 2 things. Like you're actually looking to contribute as a carry, but you still want to ignore your team, but in fights, not in terms of map pressure, in fights. That is still the way to play carry.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing. You could, right, you got like 2 camps of creeps. You could have also gotten 2 lane waves plus those 2 camps, plus brought other heroes to that lane for the enemy team. Like it's
plus you'd be defending a tower, plus you'd be pressuring a tower, plus you'd be getting vision of the enemy team so you could make a play somewhere else.
Yeah,
like
it's not like it's a trade. There's no trade-off.
Yeah, it's literally like 10 things. Like I actually think lane creeps, pushing lane creeps, is literally the most important concept in Dota.
Yes.
Like doing that is the most important thing you can focus on to win games.
Yes.
This is the exact reason why Jimmy Ho is a high-rated player and is very good at Dota. It's because he is a fucking piece of shit when it comes to pushing lane creeps. Like, maybe he doesn't fight that well, maybe he doesn't gank that well, gets himself killed, everybody says, haha, classic Jimmy. Every single time he plays in a game, there's never a problem with lanes being shoved in. He's always pushing lanes.
Yep.
And it's because it's that important. Like, you just go through the list, and it's like, oh, you push in a lane. That gets you vision closer to their base. That means somebody has to respond to it, which allows you to set up for a gank there or somewhere else because they use their TP cooldown so you can have a 4v5 somewhere. And that also gets you more farm. Also, it means that you can farm the jungle in that downtime where they're pushing out the wave. Also, it pressures towers. Also, it defends towers. Also, it takes backdoor protection off on the other lanes if you're pushing into your... Like, it's so many things that it's just not reasonable anymore for carries to just hit jungle. And I'm sure you do push lane creeps. I'm sure you do. I'm not saying you don't. I know you do. If you're this rating, you do. It just... If you need to die to do it, go for it. Like, it's literally the most important thing in Dota.
Yeah.
Right now.
And I mean, here's the thing, David. Don't get all defensive because we're telling you to do this. Like, you're being all snide in chat. Oh, should I ignore TP cooldown? It's like, no, man. Have some map awareness. Like, I think that carry is one of the highest skilled positions. Up until recently, I thought that carry was like one of the lowest skilled positions in the game because you basically just like have your whole team making space for you.
It's a different game. Like, every position's actually a different game.
Yeah, and now carry is an extremely involved position. You need to be playing very risky most of the game. Like, your entire job is to get as much farm as possible while also pressuring the map. And that means playing extremely far forward and reading the enemy's movements before they collapse on you. Like, your whole point as a carry, regardless of whether you have TP or not, is to get the waves as close to their base as possible and then get out safely.
Yep.
So whether you have TP up, whether you have spin TP, whether you're just a killable carry like a drow with no escape, you do the same thing. But you just have to have better and better map awareness to be able to do it. And if you're scared of dying, then you need to get over that fear because you can't play Dota if you're scared of dying.
I would say, like, when it comes to TP cooldown, that's like not a. The reason that you ask that in chat is because, like, it's not a simple thing to be good at managing. Like, ever since they made it such a long cooldown, it is kind of fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's situations where I'll see Ritsu pushing the enemy base and he can't get back for a defense, so he just commits to it and he trades racks for tier 3. And it's like, why the fuck would he do that? Well, he messed up. Like, it's not easy to do, but he knows that that's his job. And sometimes you make a calculation where it's like, oh, I think I'll probably have a TP up to get back.
Yep.
And sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you get it wrong.
Sometimes you don't have a TP to get back, but then you have to make something happen with that space. In that scenario,
It's worth
way
it.
better
It's worth the
to
risk.
commit and take the racks than it is to be like, oh no, I don't have TP, and then spend all of your time walking back to base. Like, you might as well get the racks out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've talked about a lot of good stuff with this one. Like, Jugg in particular is a hero that this is like the most important mid game concept on, because the reason that he's one of the best heroes in Dota is because he can spin TP.
Yep.
Like, he's so safe to do this. Nakes as well. Like, they're both so safe to just be farming on the opposite side of the map as their team, because you run to them and it's just like they just use a magic immunity and fucking run away with their 22,000 movement speed, or they TP out. And a lot of the time you die, but you make space.
And so
yeah.
Ultimately, I'd say that the final reason why you lost this game is because you farmed well, you itemized well, you played relatively well, but you didn't actually play aggressive enough. And so you got a lot of farm, but basically you were just soaking up a lot of safe farm from your team, which meant that everybody was under-farmed on your team and you had all of the resources.
All right, we have one final replay.
Oh,
and it's from Souls.
Nope, this is the Techies game. The one that you linked before didn't have one of the numbers, so this was him relinking it. So that was actually the last replay.
Okay, cool.
Whew.
Okay, well, that was a long one, but so thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna probably take our leave, but if you want your replays analyzed, fresh and spicy, Twitch, patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. Also, anybody who, for some reason, people don't really message me a lot. I guess it's because I just suck at talking. But if you want to add us to friends list, and we'll chat with you about Dota or whatever other, like, we do replay reviews. All of our coaching sessions are on the Dota Alchemy Patreon. Like, there's a lot of stuff on there. There's a lot of stuff on there that I think we never advertise that there's. I don't think people know that we have coaching sessions on there, honestly. I really don't think people know that, because that's kind of what Game Leap is. It's just broken up coaching sessions.
Yeah.
If you put $1 in, you get coaching. You get all of our coaching sessions. There's like 30 to 40 on there, and there's going to be more and more and more.
Yeah.
So can I review a hairdresser? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Go fuck yourself. Anyway.
All right.
So yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Good luck in your games. Peace.